Well, good evening and welcome to this very special occasion. Of course, a huge moment for Team Netherlands, whether you're watching from, I know you're watching on this YouTube stream or via Fox Sports over on Facebook. We are now live, and we do apologise for the slight delay on that. I know the French stream was live because there's a French stream and an English stream. Myself, Brandon Smith, and Richard Buckley bringing you this one. The first game, we are playing an Ultimate Team. We'll explain all the format. We are jumping into the games as soon as possible. You know your 4 Dutch players, 4 French players. We'll talk about them as we go through. But it will be Yimmy HD from Feyenoord up against PSG Dax to kick it off. And if people don't know why we're here, Richard, please just explain it to them.
So it's an international friendly between Team France and the Netherlands. You've got the 4 best players from France and the 4 best players from Netherlands. It's Ali Riza Aygün, Yimmy HD, Dani Hagebeuk and Lev Vinken from Holland. And on France, you've got PSG Dax, PSG Rocky, Maestro and Herozia. They're going to be playing 5 matches.
They will be, Richard. And we'll play 4 games of 1v1, so everyone will be in action on Ultimate Team. Here comes Yimmy HD now, though. Bit of awful defending there. Gap appeared. Yimmy HD, heavy touch. David Hayes just about being able to come out there. But what we're saying, it's a single games. There's no aggregate score lines, but from the top, as we said, Dax, PSG Dax up against Yimmy HD from Feyenoord. Then we jump into PSG Rocky against Ali Riza Aygün from PSV. And then we go down to Herozia against Ajax Lev Vinken.
We've actually just lost his first game, Lev, on the head-to-head stream. If you're wondering, we're talking about head-to-head. There's an 85 rated everybody national game taking place. Same players, but in a different order. And if you want to watch that, that's over on the French stream. I'm sure you can find it on Twitch.
It will be in French, though, just to...
Yeah, me and Brandon will be taking you through the Ultimate Team portion of things over the next probably hour and a half.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this is for pride. This isn't for, for cash prizes you used to see maybe on, other free sports events. This is to get that first one under your belt because, as we know, Ali Riza Aygün did play at still Unilad Shells back in that 1v1. Since then, they've got 4 players now, recently just equipped and came out on social media. This is our team. This is Team Netherlands. They're up against eFoot de France, who were the first team to go into esports. Oh, lovely bit of skill there. And straight away, Min Sung, lovely. Use of the hill to hill. Opened up a little pocket of space. And Yimmy, as we mentioned, we'll talk about as we go through. We saw him last week at the Man City Esports Cup. I think the differences that we're looking on paper here between Team Netherlands and France is that Netherlands, they've been involved more in the latter stages of FIFA 18.
Yeah, fantastic finish from Yimmy HD. Got the ball with Min Sung. He's playing him that 94. Playing him as a central cam, I believe, in a 4-2-3-1. Maybe in a 4-2-2. Didn't get a chance to see the formations before the game started, but got the space. It's all about being unpredictable, and that's exactly what he was there, Yimmy. Wasn't expecting it, Dax, and slotted past the goalkeeper with a nice little low-driven finesse.
And if you don't know, as we said, of course, the French side of things, 3 players from Ligue 1 clubs were actually part of Orange E-Ligue 1 this year. Obviously, one of the partnered 8 leagues. Here comes Dax now, half-turn. Luis Suarez tried to do a scoop turn. Superb defender there from Ferdinand. Just literally stood up tall. Said, come past me. Couldn't do that offside trap. Tried to be played there by Yimmy, but the point I'm trying to say is PSG Dax, PSG Rocky, 2 players from PSG, 1 from Lille. And, of course, 1 recently just said he's going to be leaving Team Millennium in Herozia, who was so close to making that grand final. Unfortunately, his illness or his health took a turn for a worse. Thank God he's got out the other side now, and we're lucky enough that he still can do something in FIFA 18 and still get back to doing what he loves.
Yeah, he spoke about French roster. Then I think the 2 standout players for me personally this year in FIFA have been Maestro and Herozia. Rocky, he's not had the best of years. Has PSG Rocky a lot of personal family issues have prevented him from playing this year. Dax started off the year fantastically well, ESWC Paris Games Week. I think he got a victory in that competition, and then from then, it's sort of been a downhill slope really for Dax.
So that's not us. That's just being critical at the end of the day because
just looking at the facts.
Yeah, that is the facts on paper. We said about in the latter stages. What we mean by that is that FIFA E World Cup Grand Final. If you do follow the esports FIFA scene, that was at the O2 Arena. We were lucky enough to be part of that commentary team. Obviously, Danny was there, Yimmy was there. And, of course, only Maestro is there from the French side. Yes, it's 2 players over the 1. Lev was in Amsterdam. Ali Riza in Amsterdam. They all were in Amsterdam from Netherlands. They had a great tournament there. Obviously, Dani had one of the best tournaments out of all of them. Yimi opened up another pocket of space, and this is what we mean about just being a little bit more alert. You said it coming into this, Richard, that he would have been practicing for this.
Yeah, he has been practicing, has Yimi. He's had a good week of practice. We're in the competition last week, the Man City Esports Cup.
And he got knocked out by a fellow Dutchman.
Fellow teammate right now, Ali Riza Aygün. Obviously, that tournament on head-to-head, so a little bit different now playing on Ultimate Team, but still. Fantastic start, opening third of the match from Yimi HD. And who else but R9? He seems to be the golden man this year in competitive FIFA, that team of the year. I should say that prime R9 alongside team of the year Ronaldo.
Hasn't been a good start so far for Dax in this one. As we said, with the delayed start today, maybe that was just a little more extra few nerves, sorry. This is serious. Both players, or not both players, all 8 players, 4 on each side, were singing the national anthem. Especially the French, you said, Rich, they were blaring it out, obviously, after a fantastic year in real-life football, World Cup winners. And as you don't know, or we may not have explained yet, we are in the kind of headquarters of France Federation of Football.
Saw the World Cup earlier, Brendan, when we came in.
We saw it, yeah. We saw obviously all the achievements as well that the national team have achieved, and it's great to see them going into this e-sport capacity now with the eFoot de France that was, as I said, was launched as one of the first kind of bits of history for for competitive FIFA. It said 4 nationalities are involved: Sweden, Belgium, France, and Netherlands. The only game that has happened at this level was France up against Belgium, which France did win. However, right now they are currently losing in this ultimate team mode. But there's so many games. There's so many games to get through. And let's get back to the action. 2-0 still the score. Playing on ultimate team. Heung-min Son scored that great goal earlier. Here comes Ronaldo. Through ball to Heung-min Son if he can get there. Maldini into Marcelo.
Yeah, we're just looking for a threaded through ball there. Was Yimi. In the final third, he waited for the runner Son just to move a little bit further on. He could have played it earlier, but he knew that definitely would have gone through. I think he was just waiting for the right timing of that pass, but good defending from Dax. So pull his player back manually and get across. But you see Yimi here, he's been pretty decent at the back so far.
He's just been reading everything, it seems. He's not diving in. He's happy to be patient. And those extra few games this year, that grand final experience. He is a youngster as well.
1 goal away from beating Nicholas, if you remember. Arguably the best player of the year.
And half-time, I think now his stats kind of just speak for themselves. 0 shots, no shot currently, even on target or even fired by PSG Dax. It's all been Yimi at the moment, and he seems to be very, very motivated. Seems to be just on top.
Yes. Unfortunately for us, Brandon, don't speak French.
But you can hear it.
But I do speak FIFA. He's put his aggression up, put his pressure up. I think I just saw from the match stats as well. I think he had 55 or 65% possession, Dax, in that first half. But he's 2-0 down. 2 goals, equally spread apart, 15 and 30 for Yimi. Give him that lead at half-time. It was only a best of 1, a one-legged affair. So 45 minutes away from getting a point on the board is Yimi HD for Team Netherlands in his debut.
If you have just joined us, there's so much more action. If you're free on your Saturday night, you're tuning in via wherever you're watching around the world. Here we go. Oh, Yimi again there. Great save, David De Gea. I'm going to say, just feel free, sit back, relax. You've got so much more action to come. We've got PSG Rocky against Ali Riza Aygün after from PSV. Then Harosia against Lev Vinken from Ajax. Then we're finishing with Maestro versus Dani Hagebeuk from Ajax. Then, of course, we've got that big 2v2 game, which we were saying, Richard, the perfect scenario would be 2 games to each team, and then that 2v2 would mean everything. Who would be winning? Who would have the status, the pride of, of winning this international friendly?
Yeah, it's going to be Maestro and Harosia up against the Ajax boys, Lev and Dani in that 2v2.
Ronaldo on that finesse there and just not troubling, but I think that's the first shot registered for Dax. Of course, you don't shoot, you don't score, goes without saying.
You see the goal kick there from Yimi, thinking it's Sergio Ramos, played back into the hands of David De Gea. He's just looking now. Probably going to play a little chip through ball out to his fullback. There you go. Just keep the ball. When you play it back to the goalkeeper, when you do it like that and you head it back, it's a lot more controlled when you get it back. You can either throw it, you can do a text goal kick where you really ping it into your right attacking mid or left attacking mid, or you can drop it and play out from his feet. A lot more control of the ball.
Here comes Dax now. Needs to get himself a goal.
Oh,
Using
look
his
at Ramos.
PSG man and Neymar. Pushed off the ball there, but Ramos was dispossessed on the second time of asking. Marcelo into Vieira, that icon. As we know, 20 more new icons in FIFA 19, plus a lot more change in the competitive scene. We're looking to hear more about that as we approach the launch date.
Any of the new icons taking you?
I have to say Gattuso. I know he's not, a meta kind of player out there, but for me, I'll just think about to those Champions League days. Gattuso.
I think Socrates.
Yes.
Or Socrates, I should say.
Oh, when you say that, I always think of the Arsenal
the Greek centre-back. Yeah. Socrates looks amazing. 6'4". Could really be a meta player.
Oh, here we go. Cut back inside if he can. Dax tried to do it. Will he score? Yes, he will with Neymar. Fellow PSG man getting himself back in the game. But speaking of legends, it's good to see Georgie Best back in the competitive world after he was pushed out a little bit in FIFA 17, was not in the game in FIFA 18. Now he's back in FIFA 19.
Michael Ballack.
Yes, he could be game changer, really.
Could be a game changer. I think Stoichkov as well, the prime Stoichkov, looks amazing in FIFA 19. Still no Scott Parker, unfortunately.
I know he's on your wish list. However, we did joke about it last year about Frank Lampard's, the Gerrards, Paul Scholes. They're actually in the game now for FIFA 19.
Maybe FIFA 20.
He could be on the wish list for you.
Who knows? I'm being completely serious when I talk about this.
Yeah, you are.
I think an 89 West Ham prime Scott Parker, fantastic. Probably like 83,
I like
84.
you said 89 prime. That means what's his babies and it's kind
85, 87.
Okay, it's just going up in twos then.
Yeah, it'd do a job. He'd be fantastic.
This second half in this one, Dax just seems to be a little bit more composed. Maybe his confidence is there after scoring that goal to show that he can break down Yimi.
Thought of another one as well when they were doing the class of 19.
Oh no.
I was going to say Nemanja Matic. Nemanja Vidic.
I was going to say that, yeah. Is he just retired now completely? I don't know how old he is. But
he retired from Inter Milan. A prime Vidic.
He would be a great addition.
Fantastic.
Looking back in those days, we got Ferdinand playing in front of us. Ferdinand and Vidic at the back. That was the team that was winning trophies, getting to Champions League finals.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, a great ball now. Now he's off. Min Song. Poor pass.
One thing that's missing really from the icons that are being announced is a lot of fullbacks. There don't seem to be that many fullbacks at the minute. Looking towards maybe a Van Bronckhorst, that would be fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Maybe bring back Gary Neville with his prime. Maybe a 91, 90 rated Gary Neville in his prime at United.
Well, you've still got, obviously, I know he's not the best with the jumping stats you said about the Zanetti. But, it's a good point you've made there. It'll be interesting to see what new icons will be involved in the competitive world next year.
Yeah, I think the issue was this year there weren't a lot of right-wing options at the prime and at the icon position. Next year, that's been completely wiped away. You've got some unbelievable options at right wing now.
And after every single game, we'll be going over to our host of this stream. Austin will be there to interview all of these Dutch players, whether they win, whether they lose, whether they win the whole thing. Of course, with the format that we are playing today, so he will be joined by Yimi HD in just under 8 in-game minutes time. If he can hold on to this lead, days and put Team Netherlands 1-0, that'll be his first ever win as well.
Look for R9
in a national jersey. Back inside, R9 surely compose it. Yes, he does.
It's a really good goal, that. Really good goal. You saw the movement from R9, just create that little bit of space. I was expecting a first-time shot. He turned it again inside.
That's what I was trying to say. Simplify. That was the word I went for. Simplify. Just play that one more pass. That's kind of like what a lot of people say. Just play that one more. You go from, I talk about it quite a lot, a 75% chance of scoring to like a high 90s. One-on-one against the keeper, basic finesse, and now we're seeing a change from PSG Dax here that kind of had to be made.
Yeah, you got a Lozano on the bench that could potentially come on. Switching to a 4-4-2. He's keeping Ronaldo on, even though he's got very low stamina. For me, make a change. Maybe bring Lozano on. I think we saw maybe bring Son on as well. He's been really good and pivotal in that attack for Yimi HD. So.
You are watching the best players from each of these countries here. At FIFA, yes, we're talking about FIFA, competitive FIFA. All these guys play for clubs, play for esports organisations. They're all involved in some capacity at the highest level in their countries. No one just rocks up. They don't just travel to France to play in this. And as you know, this does, match up to the real-life game that is taking place tomorrow between France and Netherlands. And hopefully we'll see this even more in the future.
Yeah, definitely agree. I think you've seen right now, you've got England taking on Spain as we speak right now. That could potentially be a fixture in the future. Germany, what a force they will be. Denmark, they've got some unbelievable players at their disposal. You could maybe see a World Cup of FIFA taking place in the future.
There's definitely an angle for that. You know, these new formats we're trying here, as we know, we're playing 4 different 1v1 games. So every single player involved in each nationality will be used. Of course, we're talking the players controlling the game, and then we'll finish it with a 2v2 of Maestro Harosia versus Ajax, Team Ajax pretty much. Ajax Lev, Ajax Dani, both in action. Added time to come any second now of 2 minutes.
I've just thought of another one. Cafu.
Cafu is a. I think someone else did a tweet about that. You know, why can't Cafu be an icon? Oh, could this conclude the whole game? Finesse, great save from David De Gea.
Yeah, took it inside on Mbappe's weak foot. Maybe could have been going on his right foot then. Going for the near post, finesse potentially. He's looking for a short corner, whips it into that front post where even Hazard is looking.
One more if you need to play it. Paul Pogba didn't want to go. Ronaldo.
And that's it, Brandon.
And there we go. It is 1 point on the board for Team Netherlands. And the first win for his national side. Yimi HD will win 3-1 PSG Dax. First half was kind of asleep. Second half, he did come out and play some good FIFA. About 20 minutes. And in the end, you know, you need to be playing well over 90 minutes or you're not going to win a game.
And I've just jotted it down on the whiteboard. So it is official. 3-1. What a performance from Yimi HD. Big win. 3-1 in his international debut. That's got to be pressure.
I'm thinking as well, like, surely these players, they are feeling it. You know, they're all singing the national anthem as we came into that. I know you can hear the French stream as well. If you do want to go and watch that one, eFoot de France over on Twitter, all the links will be there. But, you know, as I was saying, everyone was singing the national anthem. No one just gets picked. I've said this again for this national side. Nobody just gets picked. You have to be doing something right. You have to be doing something right.
And it's a very, very competitive market at the minute, that Dutch and that French side of things. I think you saw the level of talent in the French when they did hold the competition to find the 4 players. Fantastic, fantastic array of talent from France, but in that first match it wasn't meant to be, and Yimi HD 3-1 victory and looked fairly comfortable throughout.
Well, that's just a word on some of our other fixtures coming up. Our next one will be PSG Rocky, obviously the Frenchman, up against Ali Riza Aygün from PSV. Was in the grand final of the Man City Esports Cup literally last week that we were at. So we've been able to watch both Yimi and Ali. Ali a little bit more. And
this will be the first time, personally, I've seen Rocky play since Barcelona when he took on Tex.
Well, of course, as I said, it's not just us commentating on this stream for you. We've got a fantastic host, Austin, who's joined by Yimi HD right now.
Thanks, Brendan and Richard. First of all, congratulations on your first win in international competition and your flawless victory against Dax, who was the defending champion from the ESWBC. How does it feel to get a first win on the board?
It's always important to start off right with a victory, especially for your country. You will always want to start off with a victory. If you lose the game, you feel a bit disappointed because it's your country. You want to do well for them. And I played my own game, and I don't think I got any problems in that game because I was like controlling the game every minute, and I came with the victory.
And what was your strategy going into this game to come out on ahead?
I just played my own game that I played at the FIFA E World Cup. I played very strong there, and that's what I did there, and that's how I beat Dax.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to pass it back over to Richard and Brandon.
Thank you very much, Austin. You said from Yimi, we keep talking about these tournaments. On paper, why Netherlands might have an advantage, sorry, is because they've been involved slightly more in those competitions. The FUT Champions, the Global Series, the Amsterdam Playoffs, the FIFA E World Cup Grand Final. Yimi said there, played exactly the same way as they did in that tournament. Obviously working here.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all about keeping your game the exact same from home to tournament. I think Yimi's slowly starting to really get that nailed down. I think with the help of Bundled as well, different strategies for different sort of times in the game, whether you need to hold the ball, keep possession, whether you need to go attacking, ultra-attacking, you know what formation to change into. They're the sort of things that really propel you on at LAN events.
Yeah, for sure. And we mentioned that will be 1 point on the board. To speak about the format again, 5 games will be played. That's game number 1 out of 5. All on Ultimate Team, of course, so it'll be 1v1s all the way through until game number 5, which hopefully could be a decider, as we mentioned, and that'll be a 2v2, so that's the only different there. But the next game coming up, let's talk about that one for a bit. PSG Rocky, of course, couldn't be involved as much as he wanted to this year. And then Ali Riza Aygün, who was a game away against AS Roma / Fnatic Dami from Poland. If he won that game against him, he would have went to London, would have went to those grand finals. And speaking to him last week in Manchester, he was so disappointed there. But overall, to still get there is an achievement.
Yeah, really, really good play.
Pour le joueur français, il a pas su mettre en danger son adversaire. C'est vraiment il a joué à partir du moment où il était mené 2-0. Il a eu du mal à mettre le jeu en place face à un adversaire qui était très solide. D'ailleurs, et Rosier, qu'on va retrouver d'ici quelques secondes dans l'interview avec Manu.
Oui, avec Nathan, forcément un petit peu déçu, on imagine, de cette défaite. Et en même temps, tu reviens de 4 mois sans avoir fait de compétition du fait des petits soucis de santé, etc.
And as we were saying, sorry, there were the highlights there. They will be coming after every single game. We should have teed up for you a little bit earlier. But yeah, we're talking about, obviously, Ali Riza Aygün obviously didn't get to the grand final, but still was part of the Amsterdam playoffs.
Yeah, and as I was saying, I was very impressed with his performance throughout the year. I think, especially in that game against Shells, in the national match, you see big handshakes from all the Dutch guys. I think you saw Mike from Ajax. He's got 2 of his players here with the Team Holland, or should I say Team Netherlands franchise. Dani and Lev, but it is going to be PSV's Ali Riza Aygün.
And that is his team right there. 2 PSG players involved. Kylian Mbappe is part of that, obviously. Neymar too. Just a solid team. We're coming to the end of FIFA 18 now. It's got weeks left before FIFA 19 comes past. Every single FUT item is in the game. Every single special card, every single, the best edition of every player is available to use for these guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw something on Twitter as well where the best players, I think it's the 18 or 23 best players, if you log into Ultimate Team now, are actually there for you to use on loan for 7 or 8 matches. I'm unsure. But if you do go onto Ultimate Team now, for those couple of weeks of Ultimate Team, you have got the best players to use. Early change, of course, from Rocky, exactly the same as what he did last year, into that 4-2-3-1. That is the formation he's most comfortable with. And no surprise to see him playing with that once again.
Well, here we go then. Game number 2 in this very special evening in competitive FIFA. It is France against Netherlands. Game number 2, currently 1 point on the board for Netherlands, but Rocky will be looking to try and square that up straight away, but it won't be an easy task against Ali Riza Aygün at PSV.
Yeah, he did switch on to defensive as well as soon as the game started, Rocky. I think main reason, keep his fullbacks back from the corners, from free kicks, things like that, so you don't get easy goals, cheap goals conceded against you. But he's given the ball with Vieira, and he's actually 2 against 2 here for a second. We saw Ali Riza Aygün in an absolute war last Friday at the Man City Esports Cup against Deco.
One of the best,
best of 3s.
One of the best competitive, competitive finals. We've seen. This is talking. See, we've seen a lot of FIFA this year, but this was a completely different. This was a best of 3, and we went all the way to the 3rd game, and it was 8-7 in the end, Richard. After extra time, I believe. So 15 goals were scored
in 1 match.
It was an incredible game, and unfortunately, Ali Riza Aygün didn't win that one. But a great sport he was, straight after. Congratulations, Deco. Deserved it.
That was an amazing match. Both players playing as Man City on that occasion. Here, a little bit of a different game on Ultimate Team. Get to use any player you want. I'm sure you know that. A lot of people say maybe Ultimate Team a little bit faster, you could say. I think main reason for that, personally, the players using just have a lot more pace in them. They've got higher stats, they've got more acceleration, more sprint speed, better balance, better agility, things like that. Like that Mbappe there, probably got 99 pace, probably got 99 acceleration. The Sergio Ramos chasing him. Team of the year, he's got 86 pace on his base card. He's going to have remarkable pace going forward. You don't get in
well, the thing is as well, these guys want to play at a fast, tempo, fast speed, and if you are adapted to foot, when you go and play a head-to-head tournament, or when you go and they're involved, maybe playing against your friends, when they say, "Oh, I've lost because the game speed is slower," it is slower. And if you're used to playing on foot, playing at the speeds of foot, sometimes that is just how it will go. But here we go.
Good tackle from Ramos. Quite a risky tackle, lunging in to win the ball, but he does win it. Does Ali Riza Aygün, I'm going to say. I just looked at the top left corner. I'm going to say Lev Vinken. But it is Ali Riza Aygün playing.
PSG Rocky started pretty well here so far. Yes, we are still 0-0.
See vitality at Brian as well. Maybe taking up more of a coaching position here. Very experienced player, part of that with the French national team.
It's part of vitality as well that Rafsu
joined just before the grand final. Didn't have the best of grand finals.
He didn't, no, he just said he just didn't go to plan for the Frenchman. He was part of the original 16 players, though, here in France. If you didn't know, 16 players did come to this tournament originally to become the top 4 and to be part of the E-foot de France. Big tournament, 16 players, single elimination, and the 4 that remain are the 4 that are playing for you this evening. But Ali Riza Aygün will be looking to cause a bit of an upset and put his team 2-0 up. Oh, good idea there. Went for a dummy, tried to try and win a penalty, but didn't work out on that occasion for him, and it will be PSG Rocky to come forward now.
Yeah, see the way that Rocky has played defensive from the start. Ronaldo, it was pretty much in a 1-against-4 there at the back. He didn't have a lot of room to be able to work with, not a lot of passers on. So he recycles, plays the ball from right to left once again, and he's going to come forward. See the pass accuracy from Rocky, 93%. Remarkable.
Jordi Alba into Vieira, all the way across to Antonio Valencia. See what he's trying to do there with his fullbacks, bring him in a little bit, try and open up the space that he wants to. This is PSG Rocky. And what a video that was when he signed. We see the transfer videos, Richard, when a big player signs for a club. PSG did their own take with their esports sign of, the Berlin champion last year, the FUT Champions Series champion, $160,000 he won, and that was our first ever FIFA event.
Yeah, it was our first ever FIFA event. Team Lux versus Salzburg was the game that we got to commentate there just about 17 months ago. Probably less than that, maybe 15 months ago. It was in May 2017. Rocky did win the Berlin FUT Champions finals.
It was good that he can get himself in this top 4 as well. As we know, for his own reasons, he couldn't compete to the full lengths he would have wanted to. But when he got this one chance to go and represent his nation, he took it with both hands.
I believe at the grand finals last year, he got eliminated to Llanos.
Yeah, the Colombian. There was some really interesting ties there. That was obviously in London too. But we're back in London this year at the O2 Arena for a completely different kettle of fish, it's safe to say. Live spectators in there, live audience. We have got a live audience here tonight in Paris. See, in the headquarters of the Federation of Football in France.
Good tackle from Neymar.
Full of history, this place, and could there be another historic night if they can turn this around? Obviously, it's still so early. We're only game number 2, but they are 1-0 down in games. If you have just joined, the first game did finish Yimmy 3, PSG Dax 1, so 1-0 to Team Netherlands. This is game number 2 of Ali Riza Aygün from PSV up against a fellow PSG player in Rocky. And here comes Rocky now, who seemed quite confident so far.
Yeah, it's been a real...
'cause he's an Xbox player on paper, surely.
He is, yeah. This has been a real tactical match between these two. It's been very, very slow in the final third. Not a lot of room to really manoeuvre. A lot of that switching the play, trying to pull players out of position, but both players... When you get two fantastic players match up against each other, sometimes there's nothing to separate the two.
Really poor pass there, and
could be a mistake that separates.
Well, there we go, half time, and really quite half between the two. Oh, there you go, no shots between the two at all, and you can just see they're both looking like, what can I do to try and break my opponent down?
They're probably both playing 4-2-3-1, matching each other up, change something up. Maybe switching to a 4-2-2, a little bit more direct, a little bit more narrow.
You can just see there on the corner of your screen. I think you can just see both players looking over at how they're both setting up. As normally you would just scroll across on your match facts or your match ratings to see the formation change or what they've done. They can actually both see everything, custom tactic changes, everything. So they are head-to-head. They're matched up to the best ability they can be.
Yeah, I think we've seen a change from Ali Riza Aygün. Don't take my word for it, but I think we have.
I'm loving some of these kit numbers as well. We've got everything on the field. We had 96 there, 91, 43 for Kyle Walker. Good to see Kylian Mbappe
91
involved.
for Marcelo.
But still 0-0 and not one single shot registered until now, and there's the goal.
Yeah, that was the mistake. I don't know if you saw it from Rocky, but Sergio Ramos. I was looking at the kit numbers, and I saw that Sergio Ramos came out of position by quite a little bit, and it just gave him a chance to be able to turn, be able to slot it home. Here you see the full replay. Look at Sergio Ramos just come out of the ball there. It moved him right, and it gave him the room on the left to be able to turn and fire home.
And that is competitive FIFA at the highest level. You don't need to have all the shots in the world. Wait for your chance. Get it in the right area. We talk about the chances. 85, 90% chance of scoring a goal. And that was one of them there. Cristiano Ronaldo will open the deadlock. 1-0 on paper.
Yeah, nothing fancy about that shot either. Not a finesse, not a low driven, just smashed into the left corner.
Here comes R9 Ronaldo now. Play back across if you can. Deflection out through a corner. This is Rocky.
Building.
In possession. And yeah, he was the strongest player out of the two in the first half, in my opinion. Get possession and, a little bit better. Was quite more tactical. Here we go. Neymar straight away. Equaliser. Just like that. The PSG player scoring for the PSG eSport player.
Yeah, fantastic corner. He played it short. He moved the ball from left to right. He pulled the players out and then tiny finish past him. The smallest amount of power on that probably possible for Neymar, just to squeeze it under David De Gea.
Got risky as well. If they don't put much power on it, half the time the keeper will be able to somehow get a parry on it. And we are all square again. Nothing to separate really these two so far.
Yeah, we saw no goals in 50 minutes. We've seen 4 in 4. We've seen 2 in 4, I should say.
Back to the drawing board for both of these two, but the best way to respond for Rocky after conceding, and whether you're watching from all over the world, I hope you are enjoying it. This is the first real outing for Team Netherlands. If you are watching on YouTube or Facebook.
Vieira, I think he's offside.
And just offside there will be a free kick.
I'm going to go out on a limb. This game's got a draw written all over it, but I think we must have a winner. We will confirm if the game.
That's a mistake there.
If the games do go extra time and penalties.
They'll either do two things. They'll either be a winner somehow, or both teams will just get a point. I can see it maybe going that way.
We will confirm. Or
straight into to extra time. As we said, we will confirm. No draw yet on paper. But still so many games to get through.
2/3 of this match have been concluded.
Rocky needs to be winning this one to put it all square again. At 1-1 on games. Heading into game number 3 of Hirosia v Ajax Lev Vinken.
Just seems a little bit, the tempo just doesn't really seem there at a minute from these two. Seems to be, what a ball that is.
Kylian Mbappe now, here he comes on that right hand side, just pushed off the ball. Ooh, upper body battle there, and Jordi Alba will come out the stronger player.
Yeah, just what I was saying about the tempo of this game, though, it doesn't seem to be playing at a great pace. As I said earlier, I think it's going to be a mistake if we do get a winner from one of these two sides.
Watching the run from Luis Suarez. It doesn't even need to use him. It will be Valencia now. R9 happy to recycle it.
You're wanting Marcelo there, Jordi Alba, I should say, just to push on, so he did have the switch of play. But he's probably got Alba on stay back while attacking, so he doesn't push forward. The switch is still on for Jordi Alba on that left-hand side.
Happy to keep the ball there. Happy just to improve his build-up play. He's been very possession-based so far, I've seen from Rocky, and he's looked after the ball well. Just needs to try and push on and get himself a goal.
He's not really gone anywhere with it, though. Side to side,
he
a little
seems
bit
to be
backwards.
loving this little area here on the right-hand side. Lovely through ball. R9 in a pocket of space to the edge. Oh, went for a fancy flick there. Maybe he went for a pass there. I'm not too sure. Tried to pass it on.
We're very interested to see what Lev does with it here. You see, he's just taking his time, keeping hold of the ball. He's going to play very slowly, as Rocky was just doing there. A little bit more direct, though, from Lev, which I should say from Ali Riza Aygün. I keep looking to the top left and seeing LV. That's what it is.
So to confirm, PSG Rocky against Ali Riza Aygün.
Lev coming up soon.
He will be. He'll be playing the next game against Oranje. Here we go. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh,
Good
lovely ball. Mbappe playing inside if you can. Doesn't want to. Superb defending there from Rocky. Really well done. Trapped the runner with Rio Ferdinand to ensure that there was no way of kind of playing that sweaty, as it would be called. Some will call it a smart goal.
Yeah, and then Vieira just nicking it back on the edge of the box and now playing out. Got nothing going forward though, Rocky. Ramos comes forward with it. Can Valencia find a good pass? Down the line, threaded through ball.
Oh, lovely ball. He's on. Play it inside if you can. Doesn't want to. R9 there. Went with the shot, which I think could have been a sensible idea because of
the rebound.
He did mark him as well, though, out of the game.
Also, how many times do we see the rebound bounce straight back to your striker?
Here he comes again, though, Rocky. R9 inside. Oh, lovely one more. Oh, superb defending there.
That was a similar goal that Rocky used to score last year a lot with the 4-2-3 run. Right attacking mid, into centre attacking mid to left cam. That sort of quick build-up play. Usually it might have been Pele at that left cam position to slot it home.
Here we go again. Neymar. Tried to feed it to Hulle. Hulle will just jump up above Mbappe. He seems to lose quite a lot of battles at the moment. You know, upper body 50-50 battles. Yes, he's got the the pace and stats on him, but
are we going to see a winner?
If we do, as you said, Richard, I think it could be a mistake from either one of these players. Seconds remain, literally, in-game minutes. Just under 4 of them left. Ferdinand there wins that battle against Cristiano Ronaldo. And will we be seeing a draw? Switch of play. Both happy to keep possession, even at 1-1. Marcelo. Into Ramos. Doesn't seem to be any urgency right now. But as we saw from Ali at the Man City, he loves to just wait for that one chance. He'll take his time and then wait for that one chance. Some will think, well, why can't you have 2 chances? He wants to build up for that perfect opportunity. We saw there with the goal he scored in the second half. Didn't have a shot, all first half. Waited for that one single chance for Cristiano Ronaldo. Vieira push off the ball. He will get there though. One more chance. Could he be a winner? Cristiano Ronaldo into R9. Oh, just pushed off the ball. Is it going to be a Netherlands throw? And yes, it will.
Nope.
No, we're going at full time. 1-1 between the two.
I think I just saw the mouth reading then, extra time.
We're going straight into it. There will be a winner by the end of this then.
One
90
shot
minutes
on target.
played. Well, for both players.
From Ajax Lev. From Ali Riza Aygün.
Where's your impact substitute, Lozano, for PSG Rocky. Who will Ali Riza Aygün bring on, though? We'll see the change. You're just waiting for him to come back out of his... You can just see there, he's looking. Who do I bring on?
Just heard it in the through the headset. Extra time will be played. Confirmed. Ali Riza Aygün, what change have you made, sir, to change this game? I think I see Heung-min Son.
We can see how Yimi can use him to his best. Will Ali Riza Aygün be able to as well? 30 more in-game minutes to separate these two. 15 minutes and a half. You know how extra time's played. Just the same on FIFA. And I only think it's going to be 1 goal, honestly, to separate these two. Might even have to go to penalties.
Could be penalties, yep.
Alba. Overlap and run if he can find it. No, Neymar will just play inside. Push off the ball, Hull it to Hull, as we're so used to seeing. We mentioned it before, it will be interesting to see any new icons come FIFA 19 that will be introduced in the competitive world. We spoke about Ballack.
In behind.
Fake shot, hill to hill. Can he play inside? Stop.
Oh, it went through his legs. Son.
There we go, edge of the box. Oh, lovely. Oh, it's a great goal.
So I tell you what that reminded me of. Shells. How many times did we see
back in Barcelona? Lovely roulette.
In the box, when you don't expect it, expect the unexpected. Roulette, just unbelievable composure from Ali Riza Aygün, and then slotted past the goalkeeper, no mistake, and it was an impact sub. Heung-min Son potentially with the winner.
Just to open up that a little bit more space, as we mentioned, Richard, to be unpredictable in areas like that. He certainly has been. The skills were in full flow before that, though. You said it went through his defender's legs. Then he opened up in a little bit of space for a shot. Instead, though, bounced back out on the edge of the box. Heung-min Son, the super sub, sent the defender the wrong way. Just slotted into the back of the net to make it 2-1. Can he build upon it now? Or will Rocky bounce back straight away?
Risky pass out wide there, but got away with it.
Because in just over 15 in-game minutes' time, it will be 2-0 on the board for Netherlands.
So, keeping hold of the ball. I think he does want to go into this half-time of extra time.
Doesn't want to be wasting it.
With the lead.
Added time of 2 minutes to come. Seconds, really. Are we done for half-time, referee?
I think we are.
Or are we going to do one more attack? Half-time between the two. Ali Riza Aygün just about in front still. I can imagine. Yep, straight back into that team management. He needs to go for it now or make that all-important change that could get him in the winner.
What we're going to?
4-2-1-2?
4-4-2.
So Lozano hasn't really done anything really as an impact sub for him yet.
Ronaldo and Suarez, the two men up top. Lozano, Neymar out wide, then Vieira and Hullet in the CDM positions. Looking at the bench as well, it looks like we could potentially see Marcelo coming in centre mid here. We're looking at this change. Decided not to use it in the end.
Well, then here we go. Oh, or maybe not. I think we're just waiting for Ali to make an all-important change. We saw these two, though. Well, not sorry, these two. We saw Ali, some of the defensive changes he made. And he didn't stop Deco in Manchester City.
Yeah, the Man City Sports Cup. Every single time one of the guys scored, it were a pause. It was a change of formation. Or a change of personnel. I think we saw Yaya Toure playing 3 different positions. We saw him playing centre-back, CDM and Cam. All in one game. Because of the change of formation during the match.
Well, straight out the blocks for the second half. Still 2-1 to the Netherlands player from PSV of Ali Riza Aygün, the PlayStation champion from the E-Divisie this year. See Ajax, it's Dani in the building as well, the overall champion, the Xbox champion, and obviously won that final against Ali early on this year, kind of springtime. Good to see both those players on this team. Now teammates. Keeping the ball well. Hullet. Into Ronaldo, R9. Oh, lovely spin-off turn, R9. Great save on the rebound. Poor header, somehow finds its way in. You've got to feel for Rocky there. He can only laugh. I don't know how. I think he took a little deflection on the way through of a defender, or it was an interesting bubble. We can see it on the replay now, but I honestly thought there was no power in that header at all from Cristiano Ronaldo.
Is that the Ronaldo factor right there?
There you go, look. I think it
was a glancing header.
Ramos has just kind of not helped his keeper at all there.
I think De Gea would have saved it, and it came off Ramos's hand into the back of the net. Ronaldo being claimed with the goal. Rocky got everything to do now if he wants to force penalties. 2 goals in 8 minutes.
Great sportsmanship there from Ali. You know, even when a goal maybe is a little bit fortunate, he's always there to apologise off the post. Straight down the other end. Rocky, that was a chance for him. And he won't be getting another one like that. You mentioned about the way he likes to play into that cam. Sometimes one more out to the left attacking or the right attacking. Didn't even need to then. Went into, obviously, the CDM of Hullet, or centre midfield, of course, in this 4-4-2. Was in an attacking area. Finessed it onto the post, and what a chance.
Yeah, really unfortunate from Rocky. Came straight back from kickoff. Unfortunate that it just clipped the outside of the post, and that was his chance, I think. If he'd have scored that and then maybe nicked the ball from Lev, got a chance in the 120th minute potentially. But I don't see him getting the ball back here from Ali Riza Aygün.
Ronaldo. Oh, no, lovely scoop turn pass.
If you're wondering why I do keep saying Lev, it's the top left corner. It's thrown me off. It's thrown me off completely.
He will be in action next, though, Rich. He will be playing with
his correct account.
Yeah. Added time of 2 minutes, and Netherlands are seconds away from being 2-0 up on games here in Paris on their first trip. It's an away trip as well to Paris against France. Rocky wants to get a goal back though. And there we go. Congratulations, Ali Riza Aygün. It went to extra time between the two. Quite a fortunate goal to make it 3-1, but without it, we still would have won 2-1.
And that's 2 3-1 games, Brandon. Yimi HD beat Dax 3-1. Ali Riza Aygün beat Rocky 3-1. Next up, we're going to see Harosia against Ajax Lev. Is that going to end 3-1 as well? We'll have to wait and see.
I know this is obviously the Netherlands stream here or on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching. They're going to be happy, the people that are watching this right now. Their first international friendly, the first FIFA friendly as Team Netherlands. They're 2-0 up on games. There have been some great games already. We've still got 2 more to come. The next game in action is Harosia against Lev Vinken. But we'll be jumping to an interview in seconds with Austin. Not just yet, but overall, 3-1 between the two. Quite, I think, you know, the first 70 minutes in that game,
not a lot happened.
Say the first 45 minutes in that game was pretty poor. No shots were registered. Quite possession between the two.
The entire game was a little bit of a chess match. It was whoever could make less mistakes, whoever could just outwit his opponent. I think in the end, really good result for Ali Riza Aygün.
Well, as we said, we're going to go over to Austin with an interview right now with that winner, Ali Riza Aygün.
Thanks, guys. So, Ali, you just won 3-1 again, So you won 3-1 again, and you guys are now 2-0 up against France, and France beat Belgium 3-0. So how does it feel to almost wipe France?
Well, it feels amazing because we are playing the best players over the world, but we have also the best players in the world. So it's a nice game, I think, and I'm enjoying the stage also here in France. Thanks to everyone. And yeah, hopefully we win this game and we continue.
So one thing that Brandon and Richard mentioned during the cast is that the difference between foot and having to be able to choose your own players and the more balanced mode in the 85.
Yeah.
So what do you prefer, and what are the different strategies you have to think about going into a match, either foot or 85?
Well, I prefer the foot version because it's a lot faster than the 85 modus. But the 85 mode is also okay for me. It doesn't matter because FIFA is the game we love that we always play. It doesn't matter if it's with foot or with the 85 mode for me.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. All right, I'm going to throw it back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Austin and Ali. But we've got some highlights to jump to next from that game. Go and check them out. Of course, Ali Riza Aygün won in the end.
That we were up 2-0, but we lost one game.
No, but so that stream is only for the ultimate. Yeah, so
okay,
sorry.
That's I didn't know. I just heard it from you. So
No,
yeah, okay,
no, you got to give me a look, and I hesitated for a second.
Yeah.
No, congratulations again. Man.
Thanks.
Tu joues combien de temps par jour comme ça? Il y a l'école qui va pas. Bon, petit pronostic là, pour ce
Non, il m'a regardé, en gros, parce que je lui ai dit, so you guys just went 2-0, and il m'a regardé, genre, what? Du coup, j'ai bugué, et du coup, j'ai repris. Ouais, c'était bon, ouais. C'est la première. Ouais, ils sont bien.
Le match s'est arrêté parce que les premiers matchs, il n'y avait pas 3 points pour la Belgique, pas 3 points. Et cette fois-ci, contrairement au match face à la Belgique, on joue tous les matchs et justement, il y aura 6 points. Donc, on doit soit 3 matchs contre si la France impose.
Well, welcome back once again to this very special evening here in Paris. France versus Netherlands. If you're joining us, game number 3 out of 5. You would have saw 2 Dutch players winning both of their games. Kicking off, of course, was Yimi HD from Feyenoord. He won his game against Dax, and we've just seen PSG Rocky in an extra time game lose that one. Of course, Ali Riza Aygün, who's got himself another win. He's unbeaten playing these international games. Played against Shells, didn't he?
He's
Against,
2-0.
Against England in that Unilad game that happened quite a while back now. And now he's just won again. After extra time, it did go nearly the full way for penalties, but he got the job done.
Yeah, job done for Ali Riza Aygün. You saw the man just for a split second there on your screen, Ajax Lev. I'm just going to throw a disclaimer out there. If you're wondering why I might sound a little bit off, I've got quite an ulcer on my tongue at the minute. So that's why I could potentially not sound as
like the normal Richard Buckley.
Crisp as usual with the usual Barnsley dialect.
Well, what can you do at the end of the day? You know, these things happen.
Sometimes you just got to carry on. It's live.
Of course. Lev lost his game on the French stream. If you wonder why we keep, referring back to the French stream, there's a French stream, of course, eFoot de France.
Great to see Harosia back playing competitive FIFA.
For sure, and Harosia's back on our stream now against Lev Vinken. It is going to be foot. And it's good to see, as you mentioned, Harosia back in, at full health after a little bit downhill around those Amsterdam playoffs where he was so close to getting to the grand final. But literally just couldn't play in the end, and so he had to forfeit the tournament. Recently just announced that he will be moving on from Team Millennium after a great time there. Harosia really turning on straight away, and he is 4 minutes in.
Harosia turning on the style in Paris. Fantastic finish there. The ball roll into the big touch to take it away from that last man.
He's alive in Paris in front of this live audience.
Team of the year, Cristiano Ronaldo. Who else to finish for Harosia? You can see that low-driven past the goalkeeper. No chance for David De Gea in the goal. Next year, FIFA 19, the low-driven changed a little bit. It's
he's just
L1 and R1 together, I believe.
You just saw there, though, and it was a great finish, but just seems so... his reactions on point, the way he's just happily just bringing out these skill moves. This is only, 5 minutes into the game?
He's composed.
And he looks like he's up for it.
He's very composed, Harosia, the way
he
that he
needs to win. If he wins this game, he's looking at Maestro going, come on, mate, you need to pull this back in. We get back in, we're going to a 2v2, me and you.
Yep.
If we're both, putting in a decent amount of effort, a decent shift to pull this back into two games
two winners against the two losers.
It would be. But again, that's going to be another tough game. Maestro from Lille up against Ajax, Dani 2. Oh, Lev Vinken straight away. What a save, but a great finish.
Good reply from Lev Vinken. From that kickoff, used the ball very well. Fired it into Ronaldo's feet. Low driven past the goalkeeper.
And we're in for a long haul here. Lev Vinken again. What a story. Oh, it went posting in. I honestly thought David De Gea with the safer feet trait nearly tipped that round the post. Hence why I sounded so surprised. But Lev Vinken, we'll have a word on him. I know we always enjoy talking about him. Back at the Zigo E-Battle, came in as a fan. Went on loan to Sparta Rotterdam was the story.
256 players. He was the one to emerge from that. He went into a 16-man pro tournament. Didn't even embarrass himself. I think he finished third in the group, in fact. He was using Epsilon Fully's account.
He was, yeah. Epsilon Fully was coaching him at the time. Obviously, Fully now a free agent. Harosia back straight down the other end. While we're talking about these players, goals are flying in. 3 goals in nearly 14 minutes of time. No reaction from both of these two. They know it's going to be a long one. But both look up for a fight. Nothing to separate them.
Is that a little ear stud I see in Lev's ear?
Yeah, it could be.
Big fan of that.
Speaking about Lev, obviously,
as we were saying, he was the best player out of the 256 amateurs who went to the tournament. He then got performed well in it, signed to Ajax, and then went out on loan on behalf of Ajax to Sparta Rotterdam.
Yeah, which was like one of the first loan moves we've seen in this space.
Yeah, Ajax constantly at the forefront, one of the pioneers, I'd say, in the club aspect of FIFA esports. 2 of their players at this event today, the second ever real major international friendly. No surprise that it's the Netherlands involved with it.
No, Netherlands, Germany, France, always one step ahead of the game, all of them. Oh, scoop turn, Lev Vinken, penalty? No, rebound, can he get there? Slide tackle finish? No, that one isn't going in either. And that was close to being a penalty. And that could have been 2-2, 20 minutes played, 4 goals scored.
Ball in no man's land there.
You can just see how he's using Cristiano Ronaldo, though. Scoop turns, all the finesses are out, all the...
One more, Mbappe,
skills, one more, heel to heel if he can, Mbappe. Great save.
Great composure show from Harosia as well. You get the ball in the 6-yard area. Keeps calm, plays it to Maldini, then plays out from the back, switch of play. Still under pressure here from Lev, but no real danger from Harosia.
This game is certainly different.
Completely different to the last game.
Vieira coming forward. Through ball.
Offside.
Can he play back inside? No, he's way offside there.
you do hear some French casters in the background, there's a French head-to-head stream taking place as well with the same players, just in a different rota.
So everybody is in action.
No excuse for being cold or not being warmed up, because there's plenty of FIFA going around for these players. Look for that water ball.
He's got it. Can he play inside now? Messi
Rebound.
there went with a shot. Mbappe at the back post. He just was a second off.
Yeah, with Neymar doing the defending, though, for Hagebeuk.
Putting up his sleeves, or he's on a short sleeve top, so I doubt he has to pull them up. And doing his defensive duties there. Mbappe used in 2 teams already today.
I'm not surprised. He's got a fantastic festival football item
Have you
with
seen
the World Cup upgrades.
His FIFA 19 for item
I
as
have
well.
96 pace to start the year.
A pace merchant. He's just going to be...
There's been a few players like that, though. Leroy Sané's got 95 pace. Douglas Costa looks unbelievably good with the 5-star skills, and I think he's got 95 pace to go with it as well.
Carl Walker. Currently Netherlands are 2-1 down in this game. They are 2-0 up on games, though. France win this one. They're looking at Maestro against Ajax. Dani to try and pull it back into the bag to make it 2-2 and to take it all the way to that 5th game.
Yeah, a little issue with Messi there. I think Hagebeuk knew that he had to turn onto his left foot, because that's just sort of ingrained into the mindset. You don't shoot with Messi on his right foot. So the only thing that Hagebeuk needs to do defensively-wise was get Antonio Valencia and just move him onto his left foot so he could take the ball off of him.
As you mentioned about that right foot, it's a 4-star weak foot, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
See, but there has been a few goals scored with it. I know it's not, the ideal preference to go with, but when it's called upon, sometimes it can deliver.
See at the bottom of your screen there, the players in action.
We're playing here in Paris, remember. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, wow. Just to kind of go from a really slow pace, and then like that, the energy. Takes it straight up, bit of skills, pumps it left, pumps it right, and then we'll get a low driven away if he needs to.
Yeah, it didn't even go anywhere with the skill move. It was just so he could create that space.
It's just that initial reaction, isn't it? That extra touch, that just bit of tempo, really. To flick the right stick, to bring some skill moves out, and there we go.
Creates the opportunity, creates the space, and then it's fired home from Ronaldo. Hagebeuk looking to get straight back into this game. And he
back
will.
Inside.
What a save.
Nearly straight away. Could have been 3-2 up. What a game this has been so far for the neutral. If you're just here to watch some competitive FIFA action, thank you for tuning in. Another huge step forward for this scene with an international game before the real one plays out tomorrow, of course, of France vs Netherlands. We're playing on the virtual pitch at the moment with some of the best players in the world, and you heard it in the interviews from the Dutch guys. It is a huge privilege to play for this country.
Yeah, massive privilege.
They are athletes at the end of the day.
I'm not sure if you saw it on the stream, but the actual anthems for the 2 nations were played beforehand. And I know if I was good enough to play for England, if England do come into it, that would be an extremely proud moment for me.
Whatever it is,
I've always wanted to play for your nation when you're younger and seeing the World Cup and the Euros, but being able to do it in your field, being the best player regarded in the world, in our country, at that particular thing that you strive in, that's got to be an unbelievable occasion, an unbelievable moment for any individual.
Even for us, to be a commentator in, bringing you an international broadcast, everyone around the world of, again, I'll say it again, an evening to remember as we see more and more nationalities get involved. For me, I think next we could maybe see Australia, Germany,
United
Denmark,
States, I think.
USA. There's so many opportunities for nationalities to get involved because there's so many people playing competitive FIFA.
Then who knows, you might be able to see a FIFA Nations League.
Saudi Arabia, Team Saudi Arabia, they could come in.
That would be the Royal.
They could have, if Mr. Dunn was back, back playing at his high level in FIFA 19. They could have Mr. Dunn. They could have MS Tassari, the Royal.
We saw a player last week. I think it was NRQ, I want to say, from Saudi Arabia, participating in the Man City Esports Cup.
They know how to play their FIFA, the Saudi Arabians.
He could potentially go there as well and do a job. But there's so much potential. That's a terrible pass.
There. Lev Vinken nearly with a really easy chance at goal.
No, an absolute Christmas present from Hagebeuk. But a Nations League, potentially a Nations Cup.
There has to be something. There's definitely an angle for it going into next year, and especially when you've got 4 players involved. I'm sure if there's anyone from Netherlands watching now, you're looking to get involved in competitive FIFA, this is the time that it's getting bigger and bigger all the time, and I know for a fact that these 4 will probably change depending on other tournaments.
Good defending.
Depending on how it goes.
Free kick. I'll be very surprised
if Ramos,
Sergio Ramos takes it.
Like I was going to say, he can't really do the David Luiz vibe, can he, off the side of the foot.
We'll never see a direct shot from a free kick.
Played short. Luis Suarez, dragged back or 2. Fouled? No, we're going to play on.
No counter-attack available for Lev, so you're just going to switch the play.
They're loving a switch at the moment, aren't they?
Keep the ball, keep it ticking. R9 dropping very, very deep to pick up the ball there, but you see that CR7 has carried on his run. He's not going to be able to play, but now he's on that last line of defence. Just watch the movement of number 7 there. Currently coming into your screen right now.
Ferdinand, over to Marcelo. Vieira. Lovely pass. Didn't work out there in the end.
I think we were trying to find Ronaldo when he picked it up with Hullet. I think he maybe could have gone with a low run pass into his feet. You've seen he's been very good with the ball at Ronaldo's feet. Scoop turn, heel to heel, roulette here and there potentially. But we are going to see a change. I won't be surprised to see R9 come off for Lozano. Even you've got 93 Sterling there as well that could come on.
I've seen 9 Golan on the bench as well, 93 rated.
Suarez coming on for Herosia. I'm a big, big advocate for Luis Suarez, but you've got an R9 there that's actually quite low on stamina. Bring a fresh player on for a tired player. Lev bringing
Lozano
on Neymar
as well.
for Messi.
As you said for Lev Vinken, the changes that he made.
Good ball.
Through ball, is he onside?
No.
No, he's not. To get that much space. So we're not playing FIFA 19 no rules just yet, where everything is let go, offsides, all bookings.
That Son, look for the impact.
Just drive, he's got the pace if he can. Switching it all the way across, Marcelo. Back to Ramos. Lovely triangles here.
Really good play here from Lev, looking to get a winner. Free kick, he's going to play it back. What, 33 yards out?
What can he bring off the training ground?
It's going to be
Played
something.
short, into CR7, a ball roll. Typical switch all the way to the other side. Marcelo into Hullet.
Could have finessed that with Hullet. Could have finessed that with Hullet.
As you said, everyone seems to be very
tentative,
hesitant to not have a shot with Hullet from distance when he has got that 5-star weak foot.
I have just dropped the white ball pen. Not just Hullet in general, but I think tentative to shoot from range with all the players, to be honest, Brandon.
Lozano. He's fresh, he's only just come on. Just drive, you got the pace on you.
I think they could be feeling the pressure potentially of an international affair. Not only representing yourself or your country, but your teammates. You don't want to let your teammates down, especially after Ali Riza Aygün and Yimi have already done a job for you. This is to wrap up the series right now.
If one goal goes in for Lev Vinken and he holds out on a 3-2, Netherlands will win this tie. And then the last 2 games will still be played, but they'll just be played for fun. And of course, pride as well, Richard. To even win your head-to-head battle.
Is this that winner that we're talking about?
Maybe it is. Cristiano Ronaldo does win himself a corner.
Look for a front post whip, potentially.
Played short, deflected, back to Hullet. Edge of the box now, Neymar, flicked it on. R9 was there, counter-attack.
2v2.
Could be on. Why is he not running?
He wants CR7 to support him, and he's not. And that's R9, he's running out of stamina. He had to go wide.
So that was Lozano. Could have maybe played a through ball and had the pace on him.
Sterling on the bench as well, a 93 team of the season, Sterling. He'd have been able to get away there, I think. Good ball for Lozano, though.
He's onside. Lozano, back inside. Could it be game on here? Deflection nearly at the back post. Neymar was waiting for it. Ball roll 2. This attack isn't over yet. Cristiano Ronaldo, shot saved. Rebound, goal! France are back in it. 3-2, they will score in the most deadliest of times. 87 minutes on the clock. It's the comeback on for Paris.
And that completes his hat-trick. Cristiano Ronaldo through his legs. David De Gea Lev going to get one more chance from this kickoff. Can he make it count?
If
R9.
he does, we're going to extra time, Richard. 2 games in a row. Or will it be a win back on the board and a bit of hope for France? Going into that last game of the 1v1s, it'll be Maestro against Dani Hagebeuk. He won't be giving away the ball at all here, just holding on to it.
If there's one
for
player,
dear life.
If there's one player from France who knows how to hold on to the ball, it is
will be
Harosia. Have I just given the curse to the commentator?
Well, you might have, Richard. Oh, you might have.
Ramos.
Ramos of all people.
It's going to be a foul.
He's going to play on, and that's going to be a win back for France. Harosia there. Thinking, how have I got myself out of that one? Lev Vinken, that one chance right at the end. And a handshake between the two.
I think he's looking back at the replays now. He's Lev to actually see what happened there in that game. Wow, what a performance from Harosia. 3-2 victory in the end, Brandon. He left it late.
He did leave it late, and that's a game back, as we know, for France. We were writing the papers for tomorrow morning saying, if they win their last 2, we go to that 2v2 with everything to play for. 2 games to each nation, as you know, 5 games in total. You know, Netherlands won their first 2. If they've got that goal right at the end, that would have been 3-0. That would have been series over.
All right, in the Dutch have come to Paris on away ground and got a clean sweep. That's what we're writing.
But that won't be happening.
Definitely not. 2-1 the scoreline coming into this 4th game, the final 1v1. Probably, I would say, the best 2 players from each roster this year.
2 grand finalists for the FIFA World Cup, obviously.
Millennium Maestro. It used to be Millennium Maestro. Lille Maestro and Ajax Dani.
And of course, we have
game.
got an interview, as always, Richard. It will be Lev Vinken with Austin.
Thanks again, guys. I'm here with Vinken. It was a very close match. He got on you early, right in the beginning, but you came back and equalized fairly quickly. Unfortunately, right in the end, he scored that 3rd goal. How did you keep your head in the game when it's that close, and how do you win in a situation like that?
Yeah, we are both ball positioning players, so you have to focus a lot, otherwise you're gonna score. And I knew, I feel it that someone's gonna score a goal in the last minute, and unfortunately for me it was him, so fair play to him.
Yeah, very good. So in a game like this, what can you take away from it? How do you use this to help improve yourself and your play in the future?
Yeah, sometimes I lose the ball stupidly. I have to work on that. If I keep the ball, he can't score. So yeah, that's what I don't do that good. So that's what I have to improve.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna pass it back to you guys.
Thank you very much, guys. As you can see, Rich is just enjoying the whiteboard of wisdom there.
Just writing down the scorelines for the next game, as you can. I'll give you a little preview of the whiteboard just here.
We can't read it. We kind of just going by score. We have got that one more game left, as we said, though. Maestro up against Dani Hagebeuk.
I think
to play for.
We've got some highlights.
We have.
Of that game between Harosia and Ajax Lev. I think they're coming up.
They will be. Any second. They will come over our face any second now. But yeah. We are going to those highlights now.
Here we go.
Can ensure it. Go and check them out. After the next game, can I go to the toilet? Do the next game, and then can I go to the toilet? Yeah, come back? No problem. It's okay for you? Yeah. Okay. Just keep talking to us. Yeah. Keep talking. That's fine. Yeah. Just keep the countdown to good. Keep the countdown. Yeah. Good. Thank you, Le Prof. And what a game that was. France did get themselves a win back on the board, so it could all be to play for. If Maestro wins, representing Lille, representing France, and for me on paper, the strongest player in that 4. He's had a great change this year with his coach he's brought on board. He did start the year with Sir Alex, then moved on to a good friend of his as well, an ex-pro. Just to welcome up, the mental side of the game, because Maestro, he would admit to himself that when it's not going well for him, he would get angry a lot last year. This year, he's just stayed a lot more composed, and we saw that, to get himself to the grand final, to get himself to the FIFA World Cup. Richard's just been his shot there. The France stream is alive in that one. It is Dax against Ali Riza.
I think someone just got a late goal, to be honest, so they just get a little bit distracted by that. But as you were saying about Maestro, I think, the big thing for him has been the mental side of things. He's really, I'd say, matured as a player. He doesn't rage as much. He tries to break down the game really methodically, which the man to your right has also done with the inclusion of a coach in Bass. I think you've seen we say it all the time, the same Dani we saw last year has been playing this year and really starting to perform to the levels that we saw last year as well. And I believe that is from Maestro, the 94 R9 Ronaldo.
Well, it's going to be a 4-4-2.
Oh, it's a 96.
The 2 holding centre midfielders, and a 4-2-2-2. If I've got all the 2s out there. And here we go then. So for me, this is game of the night. This is the big one. It's Maestro against Dani Hagebeuk.
I hope you've not jinxed it.
Why is it going to be?
I hope we're not seeing 0-0.
Hopefully it won't be, but as we know, this is all you need to know. 2 games to Netherlands, 1 game to France. This is game number 4 out of 5. And as you can see, goals are flying in. The French stream is alive, and hopefully this game
will be equally as
exciting, because if France pull it back, we will be going to game number 5. Everything to play for. Game number 5 is a 2 versus 2, let's remember, at the end of the day.
Here we go. Ruud Gullit coming forward, being dispossessed by Ruud Gullit, and chance to counter. Suarez up against Sergio Ramos.
Oh, we did well there. Very brave to pull away with that space. Gullit into Vieira. Hope you are enjoying the stream, whether you're watching from around the world. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this English broadcast.
Waiting for the run of Gullit. There it is.
He's got it. Maestro's got it, and he'll score as well. Maybe, just maybe, I know it's early, but we could be in for a special night, a special comeback
from the French in their home capital of Paris, here at the Football Federation. Here in the capital. Dani, 1-0 down early doors against Maestro. You saw the run from Gullit from deep. He made it from left centre mid. Quite a neat finish, just to knock it past De Gea. Can Dani get back into this game straight away? No, he cannot. That is the answer.
And Maestro, he said about the improvement he's made this year, but Dani, see, with Coach Bass, I'm sure will be watching this right now. He's helped him leaps and bounds this year. Obviously announced recently that he's just gone into partnership with ECVE Sports. All the guys over there doing some great stuff. But only Bass can watch from home on this one, and he'll be praying that what he's taught Dani, he's going to be using. But sometimes you need that coach next to you.
R9 could have been in there behind, but Dani decided to keep it.
And the biggest improvement from Dani is just being the maturity of how he's happy to keep the ball, how he can see games out. You know, later on when he's winning 1-0, we're not saying time wasting. We're talking about being clever with the ball, keeping it in the right areas.
I imagine he's playing that 4-2-2, is Dani, with all his overlap probably on the fullbacks. He saw Kyle Walker there.
As the ball, if he can play inside, play a 2 if he wants. Doesn't want to. Oh, he just kind of pulled off the run. I did Luis Suarez there. But the point I'm saying about Ajax, Dani, won the Xbox side, Eredivisie, had the most incredible turnaround of a year. Didn't start it well on FIFA 18, turned it round and became one of the best Dutch players out there. Got himself to the grand final, won the whole thing, beat Ali Riza Aygün obviously in that Eredivisie big grand final.
I think he finished 4th at the playoffs in Amsterdam as well.
Yeah, he loved it there, obviously playing right next to his ground of Ajax. Was loving it. That celebration he did as well. I can't remember who it was
against Kurt.
I think he said it was against Kurt, and it was kind of a
Mario Balotelli-esque.
yeah.
Arms
folded, head back,
with the spotlight hitting him at the perfect angle.
Yeah. And obviously we were commentating that, like, Danny, you're right there. But he just said, you know what, if I was winning 3 or 4-0, I apologise to my opponent, but it was just something that we were joking around doing if I ever got to that position. And lucky for him, he was like 3 or 4 goals in front. Here comes Dani. With Vieira, some incredible close control dribbling here from Ronaldo, posting in.
Great finish from R9 on that left foot. That's where he's got a 5-star weak foot. Has R9 Ronaldo. A little bit of close control, as you said. Moved it onto his left. He could go left, he could go right. Smashed off the post. And the reason we've got a lot of commotion, there's a penalty in the head-to-head game. Or it could even be a penalty shootout. It is a penalty shootout in the head-to-head match between Dax and Ali Riza Aygün.
You've got Ali Riza Aygün just kind of with his chair the wrong way round, trying to hide his controller.
But back onto the Ultimate Team side of things. 27 on the clock. And we are back at a tied match. Thanks to that wonderful strike from 96 prime Ronaldo.
Just to open up that little pocket of space, the close control dribbling, fake to go one way, went the other, as we always talk about R9. He's got that 5-star weak foot. He can go
rash.
Any way he really wants. That is a bit of a naughty one from Ramos. He will go into the book, yellow card. And what can Maestro offer from this kind of distance? R9, he's going to run over it. Neymar's going to run over it as well. Direct shot, doesn't want to, tried to play short.
He wanted Ronaldo, he wanted a little sideways pass to Timothy Ronaldo.
Marcelo. Vieira will play to Walker. That penalty shootout is still going on between the two.
Extremely intense right now.
Vieira played on the outside of the boot to R9 that did always end. He's down and injured, but as we know, we'll be able to get back up and play on as normal.
Neymar. Look at that run from Neymar on his left-hand side. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up with the ball.
Oh, there we go. A chance to go 2-1 up. Yes, he is. We even get a little bit of a celebration from Ajax, Dani.
Really good bit of play from Ajax, Dani, as his teammate, Ali Riza Aygün, has just come out victorious on penalties. You see, that's where Maestro is looking towards at the minute. Maybe that's a little bit of a distraction. There's not a lot of space between the Ultimate Team and the head-to-head setups. If you've seen a commotion of a penalty shootout, potentially that could be something to think about.
And what a turnaround this has been for Dani. He could wrap it up by game 4. Yes, we'll still play all the games for you guys at home.
Still play the 2v2.
It'll mean that the job is done. They've come on an away trip to Paris against France, who are unbeaten, let's just say. And so are Netherlands on paper. There we go. That's why they're unbeaten. They're not giving up anytime soon.
Maestro's got something to say about that. Really good play from the kickoff. Used it.
And he can even have a smile on his face and a joke right now at 2-2.
And straight back in this match. Just before the 40th minute. Using that extra man that he does create with the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-4-2. You've got that wide player who just can pick up the ball when they're spare, move it across, and then simple finish on the angle. I think that's probably the easiest finish this year in FIFA, that low-driven pass the goalkeeper when you're on the angle.
And approaching half-time at 2-2. Can you find the threaded through ball for Maestro?
Good close control from CR7. Looking for a drill pass into Hullet.
Didn't he?
Wasn't really a pass that was ever really on, though, especially with Vieira playing it into Hullet as well. Marcelo bombing forward. Good ball, unlucky.
Nearly came off. We know how deadly the threaded through ball can be this year. Added time to come of 2 minutes as usual, as we normally expect. Oh, he's got a little bit of space. Maestro now one-on-one. Yes, he'll score it. Cristiano Ronaldo. And he's back in front.
Really good, clever finish as well with Ronaldo. The fake shot in behind. Very simple to do. Just hit, shoot or cross and then X, and your player will do that fake shot. Good little bit of skill, and then that low-driven. Not even a low-driven, I don't think it was. I think it was a low-driven finesse potentially. Not a lot of power, just slotted into that front post. Going for a long one from
5 goals before half-time, Richard. Not bad at all. And to be honest, every shot these lads have had, they've scored it. 5 shots between the two. 3 for Maestro, 2 for Dani. Both of them ensuring they're making the best of their chances. Look at that bench there. Alessandrini, 9 goal, and we've seen him used in 2 teams now. Martial was 91. He's there for...
Yeah, the footies Martial for Maestro. I think we saw Alessandrini as well, also on that bench. They're 95 Insigne as well.
Here we go in the second half. Let's just explain it all one more time. France are 2-1 down in games. Netherlands have won the first 2 games today. Talking the games between, obviously, Ali Riza Aygün against Rocky. That was a 3-1 win after extra time. Yimi HD against PSG Dax. That was a 3-1 win, sorry, there as well. And right now, obviously, Harosia won that last game 3-2 against Ajax Lev in the dying moments.
Yeah, real dying embers.
It was. We said about you said it'd be a one more chance, Richard. It fell obviously to Harosia and he'll score. Now, can Maestro build upon this to ensure he will be playing that 5th game with something to play for? Lovely finesse. And at the moment, it's on. We joked about it earlier on. Could it be 2-2 in games going into that 5th one with the 2v2? Right now, it's on.
Yeah, really good little finish from Ronaldo. Loads of him from outside the box. And right now, as it stands, the 2v2 will be the 2 French winners against the 2 Dutch losers. Could that be something to add to that 2v2 as well? The mental side of it.
It could be, and it's a 2v2 as well. How can you play with your teammate? Did they practice coming into it? I'm not too sure if, all of these guys would have really been practicing 2v2. It's always been a single player kind of game. Yes, there's angles in the future maybe to go 2v2, 3v3. Oh, tries to score again. Stings the fingers of David De Gea. Went for a cross, and in the end, that will just go for a goal kick.
Speaking of 2v2, Brandon, we had the...
We had a little run in the FIFA World Cup, didn't we? The grand final.
2v2 influencer tournament.
We conceded 1 goal. That was it. But
we
were
conceded 1
unbeaten.
goal tournament. Scored 7.
A really impressive final from us as well. But
beat Castro and Bateson in the final.
Hopefully get matched up in FIFA 19 by another challenge.
Need another challenge because it was a little bit easy work in the final.
It was
4-0,
which is interesting to hear from commentators who are used to watching the action, not playing it.
I think we were Belgium.
We were. International only, we were Belgium. Of course, Belgium involved in this as well. Not today, but they have got a team of players. We'll see one of them is Stefano Pina, who just signed for PSV in the last few months before that grand final.
Behind.
Here we go. Plays inside, simplifies it. One more. Cristiano Ronaldo, what a block from Marcelo. He had no idea about it, to be honest. But he knows he's a hero now. Front post, flick. Oh, wow. He got some leap on that.
Yeah, that's Cristiano Ronaldo, though, isn't it? He's got the leap of a basketball player. That front post just couldn't find the back post.
It's going to be interesting to see what it's going to be like on FIFA 19 as well, Ronaldo. Obviously a goal machine for many. And
getting on a little bit Angel now, isn't he? Is he still going to be able to have the
I think that's the one thing that
physical attributes? I imagine shooting will never really go down. But it's the physical side of it, the pace, the jumping, the strength.
Because you heard it from so many players. If you've got Ronaldo on for Champions, you can play out to Ronaldo all the time.
It feels like it's something special. He's a match winner. If you haven't got him in the team, you miss him. I know I've played with the normal 94 Cristiano Ronaldo this year on my Foot Champions account, and he'll produce things that other players can't.
It's just that one chance. If you get him around the edge of the box, that one chance where you need to score to take it to extra time in Foot Champions or to score.
A front post header or doing something special with an acrobatic at the front post.
You would happily have 10 bronze players and a Ronaldo just to get that one chance of Ronaldo, but the other Ronaldo will be scoring. R9.
R9's pretty special.
Who's just as impressive as well, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, R9 is pretty special this year in Ultimate Team at 96 prime. Took a while for him to come out this year in Ultimate Team, but now he has. He's in every single person's team. That 91 footies Martial coming on off of the bench for Maestro. One word to describe that bench of Maestro. Pace. Alessandrini, Insigne, Martial.
Impact, substitutions.
Manolas isn't slow.
Well then. An interesting 19 in-game minutes remain now. France to go in front and extend their lead by 2 goals, or will Maestro be able to hold on? It's been an end-to-end game between the two. R9. Sorry, CR7. I get so confused. Ronaldo to Ronaldo. We've seen so much. Suarez, there we go. He's back in front by 2. Just needs to see it out.
You see how frustrated Danny is. Concede straight away. They often say you're most vulnerable when you have just scored, and that's been the tale of this match. Every time Danny's got within 1 goal of Maestro, he's pulled away. Has the Frenchman from Lille.
Mistake again there by Dani. As crazy as it sounds, having someone to talk over, behind you, to talk, through certain game situations.
It really helps.
It really does help. And I know obviously Maestro has his own coach as well, but he's just pulling himself through at the moment. But Dani, he's played well, don't get me wrong. But Maestro just finished his chances when they have felt him. And if Bass was here, obviously his coach that he's used this year, I think he could have just given him
a
little bit of an advantage as well.
Not only that as well, but it gives him just the comfort almost
of just playing the same.
It's like when you've got a small child and they have a blanket, it helps them sleep. You could think that Dani
really simplifying it for everyone.
Just having him behind him there, just giving him the words of encouragement here and there, just little things like that. It puts
he's
him
used to it, isn't he? That's the way he's played better.
And you've seen it's when Bass has been introduced into Dani's FIFA 18 career.
It's a results game, isn't
What's happened? It's like a graph. His performances have gone up and up and up.
It's only been an improvement since he brought him in, and that, speaking about the Eredivisie as well. 2 goals in front. Time is running out. I don't know if there'll be a comeback, but this is a comeback, I'll tell you now. France were 2 games down. They hold on for 5 more minutes. We're going to be 2 games each. Going into that last game, which is going to be a 2v2, let's remember. Maestro and Harosia against Ajax Dani and Lev Vinken.
That we're going to have to ask as well which colour icon is which player.
And it's going to be a 2v2. Obviously, both those guys at Ajax, they might have a little bit extra chemistry between the two. But then does it help the fact that you've got a Lev Vinken who's possession, you've got a Harosia's possession, or could there be a chance now? Finesse, game on. He will get one more chance in added time.
Stone cold from Dani there. No emotion on his face.
And we know, I'm not just pulling him out here, but Maestro, he is one that could suffer with his emotions at times.
Potentially
if he goes and loses, or not loses, goes and concedes, I reckon he could really suffer in extra time.
I imagine Dani switching to 3-4-2-1, 3-4-1-2, something along those lines, throwing everything forward.
Well, he's got that experience. He would know what to change to now.
If you're Maestro right now, you've got 9 goals on the bench, switch into a more defensive formation, go to 4-2-3-1, get Hullet off, get 9 goals in there. You can play Luis Suarez in at cam. He's quite physical, or you can even play Ronaldo in at cam. Suarez up top. Just see the game out. You've got 20 seconds left.
A little bit of extra energy as well, isn't it? Just in that midfield, ultra defensive, in action.
He's expecting not to lose the ball right now. That's Maestro's mindset.
Well, I think sometimes that isn't the best way to go about it, because when you do lose possession, you can see the numbers going forward. Dani's chasing it down now. Could we get a 5-5? Added time of 2 minutes. Just don't lose the ball, Maestro. And the comeback will be on. Can he hold on to it? Just a few more seconds. Will France pull back this comeback? Yes, they will. We're going to game 5 with everything to play for. They were 2-0 down in games against Netherlands. And now it's everything to play for in game number 5. When it was 2-0 up, I don't think anyone would have really said it's going to come back.
Yeah, the scorelines have been 3-1, 3-1, 3-2, and 5-4. So on aggregate of the overall goals scored, I think Netherlands are leading by a couple of goals. It's very, very tight coming into this last game. I was going to say Ajax. I should say Netherlands have got 2 wins and France have got 2 wins. So coming into this last game, all the marbles are on the table for this final match.
I hate to say like that, but it's the Ajax guys that have let them down, or on the team, you have to say. But we have got an interview, as always, with our fantastic host, Austin, and he is with Dani Hagebeuk right now.
Thanks, guys, as always. So, as you say, I'm with Dani, who just came short of tying that game up to go into extra time. But you played well, definitely something to be proud of. What was missing for you to take that game, to take the win?
I think he's really good in fast attacking play. He scored like, I think, 2 kick-off goals. I didn't defend good enough to win this game. My attack was good at some times, but I used to have 96-95% pass possession accuracy, so it was way lower than that. So yeah, this game was just not good enough to win. And if you play like this against Maestro, then you know you can lose.
Always. And so now you will be going into the 2v2 match versus the French players. Have you prepared for that, or have you focused more on the 1v1 side of things?
I focus more on the 1v1. I played like 7 or 8 tournaments with Lev, 2 versus 2, and we won all tournaments. So we beat world top players, and we are a really good team. So I think we are the favorites for the game. But yeah, as always, you need to focus. You see it, and if you don't focus, you lose. But yeah, congratulations to Maestro.
Thank you, I appreciate your time. All right, guys, going to send it back to you one last time for the 2v2 match.
Thank you very much, Austin. You saw there, and I said on one-to-ones, Ajax haven't had the best showing today. You know, looking at the Netherlands players that have won, Ali Riza Aygün, PSV, Yimi HD from Feyenoord. The last two, Lev Vinken and Dani, both lost their games. However, they could save it in this last game. They've both played games.
Did you see they won 8 to 9 tournaments together? Let's have a look at the highlights from that last match.
And that was how it did conclude in the end. 5-4 in the end. And what a turnaround. We'll say it again and again. Harosia picking France up, first and foremost, in game number 3. Looking to Maestro, especially going, right, you can pull this back. I've done my job. Don't go and do yours now. Yeah,
what I was just saying there, the 2v2 will be coming up. Team Ajax, you could say, the Netherlands versus the French, coming up after this very short break.
Well, for sure, as you said, Richard, we will be jumping into that 2v2 game very, very shortly indeed. We're going to jump to a short 5-minute break now. And, yeah, we'll see you very soon. No, we're not going to a break now.
Wait for me, Cole. Keep talking. So, that 2v2 match, I think if you're going to go on predictions, the mental side of it is with France. But as you heard Dani say there, 8v9 tournaments they've played together.
And they do a lot of
they've
content.
Won them all.
The Ajax guys do a lot of content. We are going to go to a break now, and we do apologise for that. But yeah, as we're saying, 2v2, Maestro against Harosia, Ajax, Dani, and of course Lev. All in all, they're all playing, 4 players. We'll see you soon. Well, welcome back then. Here we go. So there's been a little bit of a change that we kind of need to explain. So as you know, there has been a French stream throughout this evening. I'll just talk off. This attack comes in straight away. France are leading. As you can see, though, there are 2 players each side. So let me get onto that and try and talk about it. Me and Richard have been commentating on the Dutch stream, but obviously an English broadcast. That's been Ultimate Team. This is the deciding game for that. But then in the French stream, the head-to-head one, basically France v Netherlands, that has ended up in a draw as well. So there needs to be 2 deciding 2v2 games. This is game number 1 for the foot side. So who will come out as a foot winner?
And then on head-to-head, on 85 rated, France versus Netherlands, we're going to see PSG Dax and PSG Rocky taking on Ali Riza Aygün and Yemi HD. And just to spice that game up a little bit, we just saw a 90th minute winner.
Oh, here we go. Here come Netherlands straight back. They'll score.
We saw a 90th minute winner from Rocky against Yemi HD, and he gave him some. We saw a reaction, a big reaction from Rocky.
It was like a load of stress off Rocky's shoulder throughout the year. To, you know, from people maybe saying, is he still got it? Is he not? Like, still trying to prove himself on the big stage, and it was 4-3, wasn't it? He turned the game around. We're not too sure on who's controlling who.
On the Netherlands side, Lev is Lev above. You can see the little icon above it. So I think Finale.
We'll try and explain it.
Finale is. I'm gonna say Finale is Maestro.
Well, if it is Maestro, he's about to score. Yes, he will. He will score.
Yeah. So Finale, we saw it off camera. Maestro, a big fist pump there. So I think Finale is Maestro. The Oxide is Harosia. And then on the Netherlands side of things, you've got Lev Vinken.
And you've got Psycho Boy, who is Ajax Danny, his old gamer tag, which he still might use actually now, in fact. As we said, this is the foot game to find out who will be the winner on foot. So say if Netherlands win this one and then they go and lose on head-to-head and France win that, it will be a draw overall and there will be nothing to separate these two in head-to-head or in foot. They both would have won the same amount of games each, 5 games each, you know, over the course of this friendly. It all sounds confusing, I know. Straight down the other end, Italy 3-1 to France. That's going to go for a corner.
Yeah, went for a little dink over the goalkeeper there with Ruud Gullit. Not on this occasion, though. For Team France.
Team France coming forward. Gullit. Fell back to Gullit again there. Just get rid of it. But coming into this game, you would have known.
Top side. He's in. R9.
That these two have played before together. They've done a lot of, you know, fan engagement, a lot of content together, online streams. Have Lev and Dani, here they come. Pushed off the ball. It's going to be a free kick.
Wow, he's brought it back for the free
kick. Dani's crying out there for a penalty.
It was a penalty. It was a Stonewall penalty.
It looked like a shoulder. It looked a bit shoulder to shoulder, mate.
That was a definite penalty. But he's brought it back for the free kick, that with a previous infringement.
Attack not over, though. This is Lev Vinken, as you can see their game attacks just above them. And the good thing about playing with two players is you can work your runners, you know, a little bit better. You can run off the ball. You can see exactly what Lev Vinken was trying to do there. Dani will have the shot. And this has been quite an entertaining game, to say the least.
Always is with 2v2.
Front post flick on. Is it there? Oh, it was Neymar, though.
Azpilicueta at the back, losing out.
Oh, my. He's just won a huge header as Neymar there to nearly find Suarez. And we are commentating over the same game as the French commentators now as well.
See the passing accuracy. That's just 2v2 for you. 81% and 80%. Usually looking at 95, 96%.
Lovely ball inside. Can he just about squeeze it? No, he can't. A big saving. Doing all the right things, the Netherlands at the moment. Just need to keep working their chances. France can't hold on to it at the moment.
Kyle Walker should beat Marcel in the air.
They're winning all the aerial battles, but it's just playing out from the back. They seem to be struggling with another big tackle. This time Ramos, it was Ajax Dani actually that made that. R9. Oh, then he found the through ball. Attack not over. Neymar, heel to heel. Oh, roulette. Oh, that would have been an incredible goal.
Yeah, you see Lev there. He saw that roulette again, didn't we, in his game.
And there's
up against
like getting a little bit frustrated, Richard. They've had like what 2 or 3 chances. The penalty shout didn't go their way. And now if France go down the other end and score, he's found the ball inside. Gullit, finesse is in. And that's just how FIFA goes sometimes. I think they're looking at each other saying, what, we've done everything right here.
They were on the line as well. I think it was Dani back on the line with Azpilicueta. You can see him at the back post there. He pulls Azpilicueta onto the line.
It goes for his legs.
I think that's what he's going to be annoyed about.
Why does he not turn around there and try to defend it? But
oh, he's lost it straight away from kickoff as well. France just going to come again straight at the Netherlands.
I can just see the players to the right of me now, like the difference in like concentration levels. Like they're all pretty close next to each other. If there's like a big comeback, or say if Netherlands win 4-3, you will see some real emotion.
Oh, you'll definitely know about it.
And this will be to be the foot winner. Still that head-to-head game to play, which will be our first one on this stream, commentating over it. So it'll be interesting to see the squad that is there, the latest squad of both of these teams. I think Netherlands team is slightly rated a little bit lower.
But with 85.
True, yeah, it is all 85 rated. R9 into Neymar. Scoop turn. Drag back, scoop turn.
Yeah, that was Dani there on the ball. Now it's Lev
with
with
a little
R9.
bit of space. He loves opening up that space. Oh, bar on the rebound. Surely. Yes, it's in. It's just about in.
And you see, that's what you get with 2v2. Look at the reaction from Dani when they scored that goal. Off his feet. And then two French players there, Maestro and Harozier, know about it. It's about 3 centimetres away from him.
You always see Maestro on Twitter, ready for war at the grand final. You're in one right now. I thought goal line technology was going to have to be called out there. Don't know, just parried it down on the line. Somehow put a bit of backspin in it. Went in the end. And I tell you now, this game is certainly delivered. If you've been watching all the games through today, you should be happy that you've stuck for this one, because this is such a big game, a deciding game. You can see what it means to these guys. They're representing their nationality. And we've seen 5 goals in the first half.
Yeah, this is just such an amazing
Give
game
me a word.
of 2v2. This is what 2v2 is all about.
They'll be annoyed if they lose it. All it goes. Edge of the box.
R9. It's Vieira instead.
The one thing that you see Lev do all the time is just open up that little bit of space into the box. He just flicks the stick or just does that one impressive touch at a completely different tempo. Opens up the smallest pocket of space. And it has been a lot of Netherlands. Been a lot of attacks, I should say, sorry. Added time of 3 minutes. Haven't seen number 3 for a while.
He's wanting CR7. You can see the blue icon there. He's actually controlling him.
Inside.
Finds CR7.
Turn. Oh, there, he just wanted the ball to kind of let it roll across his body, first and foremost. Then tried to open up and swivel turn. One more attack. Somehow just about pulls off a through ball. R9 now. Going into the break at 3-3. Oh, went for a heel to heel. Referee, half-time. Yes, we are.
Catch yourself a breath. This has been 100 miles an hour from the get-go.
I think you just saw the Ali Riza Aygün just put his hand up. I think he looked at the stats there. Obviously, we didn't get to see them, but I'm guessing it was a lot of pressure from Netherlands there. A lot of shots.
4-4-2 from Team France.
Nothing to change, though, for Team France. 4-4-2, as you mentioned. I'll tell you now, this won't be ending 3-2, for a fact.
You heard a Brandon Smith promise right there.
It won't end 3-2. It cannot at this tempo. Well, there has been a change for, is that Netherlands?
Yep, Son coming on.
Maybe he can be the game changer. France did start well. Kind of dropped off from the first, like 25, 30 minutes onwards. Netherlands really got their foot into the game. Suarez, back to Vieira. Lovely ball as far as Kyle Walker, and bad touch from him. Now he's out of position. But they're happy to keep the ball. I'm sure Harozier is saying, right, you know, I'm a possession player as well. If we're winning, let's look after the ball.
If the games as they took place were perfectly mirrored, so on the head-to-head, as we saw Maestro against Dani on foot, we'd have seen Dax versus, I should say Rocky versus Yimi on head-to-head. I think everybody who won on head-to-head lost on Ultimate Team, and everyone won on Ultimate Team lost on head-to-head. I'll go get that confirmed.
Well, here come Netherlands. Drag back. Or two. Equaliser. Yes, it's on. And we got a big come on from Ajax Dani there as well.
He knows how important this is. You see his two teammates there in the crowd, and maybe a little bit of conflict between Team France. They weren't really looking to be on the same page there. It weren't a blame game.
Well, you can't blame each other in a 2v2. I think.
Who's brought Marcelo out of position? That's the question that they'll be asking.
I think that's what they're asking of it. Team Ajax, they're back in it. If you wonder why I'm saying Team Ajax, 2 players from their roster. Dani Hagebeuk and Lev Vinken.
Oh, he's
And
won
there
it
we
back
go.
as well.
Just got a little bit more confidence in him, it seems. Here we go again. R9 driving forward. There we go. Play threaded through ball if he wants to again. Yes, he will. Luis Suarez this time. Hill to hill.
They've got ice running through the veins right now.
Look at the confidence as well. They're happy to bring out these skill moves. In it goes to the back post. Quite routine in the end there for David De Gea.
2/3 of this game finished.
This is the difference. You know, you said about that conflict between the two. They might not have played 2v2s before. They might not have been on the same team. Compared to, you know, Danny and Lev. They would have done this at fan days. They would have...
Said they played 8 tournaments against the best 2v2 players in the world and they beat them all.
Well, can they go the full way and try and win this incredible display of games we've seen over on this stream, on the foot stream? I wonder why there's so much confusion. There's a French stream, of course, that was head-to-head. So, obviously, France, Netherlands, every single game. And our stream, have you set with myself, Brandon Smith, and Richard Buckley has speed. Penalty. Oh, we just think he's jammed. Circle there on the controller by accident. And given away such a silly penalty.
Yeah, stonewall penalty, brought him down, Marcelo, in the box.
Get ready.
It's with a red icon.
Can someone be a hero? Can someone give me a big save? R9 steps up. Which will he go? Down the middle and he'll score.
Harosia slots it home. Straight down the middle. The Netherlands have to come back as they've done all the way through this game. They've never had the lead in this match. There's 25 minutes left.
There's a long, long time left, Richard. 7 goals we saw. I did say the game wasn't going to finish as 3-2. I'm happy that's already been sorted.
Son coming on for R9 there. Wouldn't be surprised to maybe see a little formation change as well. You've got 9 goal on the bench. Introduce him. He's 93 rated. He can do a job.
Obviously, it's Netherlands that we're waiting for. Obviously, this is the side of France. We are seeing what the changes they can make. And here we go. End-to-end FIFA. End-to-end foot, I should say. It's the ultimate team. This is on. Deciding game. After such a strong start, Netherlands had. They won their first 2, then they lost their last 2 1v1 games. Lev lost his, Danny lost his.
That's
and
poor.
That's just a poor decision there. Maybe that's...
He's in.
Josh Charles was more to come. 1-on-1. Chip the keeper if you have to. He'll go for a cheeky chip, and he'll score it as well.
It was a shot on the edge of the box. Poor decision. Looking at it, looked like it could have been Danny. He looks to be the more of the 2 annoyed players. But that shot, it's never going to go in. It's never even going to trouble the goalkeeper. Straight counter-attack, 1 through ball. Ronaldo's in. Ronaldo's not going to make a mistake. Look at that. Look at the space he had in behind.
And that centre half just up out of position, Rich, in that chip. I was a little bit worried that it might just...
Delicate.
In the air, somehow the wind might have just blown it, towards the post.
Just enough on it to dink it over the goalkeeper. And we're back to a 2-goal cushion if you are a French fan.
Team Netherlands. They've had the possession, it's safe to say, not by much at all. They'll come forward, they won't give up. But they need each other more than ever now to try and put themselves through this game. And you're not just representing Ajax or Holland, you've got 2 other teammates as well on the sidelines that will be there watching. Here we go, ball away across. Could it be game over? Great save, David De Gea. Rebound, acrobatic.
What's a block from Kyle
like
Walker?
A karate kick from Neymar. Pressure not over though, pressure not dealt with. Heung-min Son trying to chase down Heung-min Son. They'll be happy just to calm it down now, France. Hullet.
He's offside, Son. He plays backwards.
He's going to play inside, she said. Valencia to Hullet. Poor pass. And possession given away. Still with Netherlands.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, the French 2 centre-backs, Maldini and Ramos there, squeezing so high up the pitch.
That's a mistake there. They both just pressed the same ball. Could that pay dividends? Penalty. Yes, it is. Game on.
Must score for the Netherlands. Who's going to be stepping up? Is it going to be Lev? Is it going to be Danny?
Here we go. We don't know who's controlling them. Is it Dani who's controlling them? R9 steps up, try and score. Down the middle, saved!
Rebound.
Rebound, saved! And France survive it. That's a huge chance. Missed.
Long thrown into the box. Is this Rory the lap?
You're not going to get a better chance than that, Richard.
He's in behind again. Azpilicueta doesn't have the pace to keep
Surely
up with Ronaldo.
not. Oh, not a cheeky chip.
It's missed. On his right foot. Maybe it could have been a different story.
This one certainly has delivered. Look at Ramos. Not the man you want to be chasing that up there, but all-out attack surely from Netherlands, chasing down every single ball they can. They need 2 goals. They're back in possession. They need something now. Poor pass. Just guessed it, maybe.
Azpilicueta and
France have looked good. They've come out the blocks in the second half. They've got themselves that 2-goal cushion, and nothing has phased them since that.
are we going to see some late Dutch drama?
Suarez to Hullet. Back to Ronaldo. Ball roll or two. Do not be shooting with Vieira. There we go. One more. Does it need to? Oh my. Okay. Just to think if that penalty went in as well.
You ruined that penalty miss right now. Will you get another chance? 1 minute on the clock plus additional time. Probably 2 minutes, I imagine.
Do not lose the ball. Do not give it away. Because if they get on it, there could be that one more chance.
Oh, he's done well.
Lovely there. Just to open up that space. Keeper's coming out, trying to make him lose the ball somehow. Just keep the ball, as I said, and you'll win the foot battle. France, what a turnaround this will be. They were 2-0 down in games. And now they're about to win 3-2 on foot. This will be it, surely. This goal kick will conclude it.
That's it.
What a turnaround. France showing their strength, still unbeaten as well. The first national team to really come into this esports space, to go with their E-foot program, and now they're showing their strength, even though they were 2-0 down early on to the visitors of Netherlands.
What a performance from France. They did the business. 5-4.
That's my favourite game. My favourite game so far.
What a performance.
That is what, a lot of people who will be watching this, maybe higher up in these organisations, thinking, what is esports about? That is your advocate there of FIFA esports. Entertaining, high pace,
2v2 as well.
Upsets, goals galore, penalties. We saw 2 of them. 1 saved, 1 scored. And on the foot side of things, it will be France that have turned it around.
But the Netherlands do have a chance to get back. Let's have a little word with the losers, Team Netherlands.
Thanks, guys. So you guys played a very good game. Unfortunately, you weren't able to pull it out. It was the penalties that did you in the end. What do you have to say about your performance on the foot side of things?
Normally my strength is foot and not 85. Today I win 85 and lose the foot game. So I think a little bit unfortunate, but also like 5 goals. We made 2 mistakes, so I think it's just our fault, and we have to improve, and we have to learn from this, because 4-1 leading, and then we go to 5-4 down, and I hope our teammates can bring us back to 5-5.
Okay. So speaking of learning from this and improving, what are you guys going to take away from this event, and how are you going to apply that to the next season, especially with FIFA 19 coming out?
Yeah, you have to learn from your mistakes. I think we lose the ball stupidly, especially me today. I don't play good today, so I have to do that better at next FIFA.
All right, thanks guys, appreciate it. Well played. All right, send it back to you at the desk.
Thank you very much, Austin. Surprisingly, not much to say for those guys. They're obviously a little bit disappointed after being, 2 up. Originally going down, obviously, to 2-2. They both lost their, individual games. It's not just us singling out those 2. They lost their single games. When the other 2, Yimi and Ali pulled through theirs. That was their chance, really, to kind of
redeem themselves.
And you saw what it meant to them as well. They're
both desolate, and I think the main thing you saw it there, they knew that they'd let themselves down a little bit. Let's have a look at the highlights from that game, see how France did win. 5-4.
Welcome back for the last time here in Paris. As we said, we've got one more game. You know, you've got it lucky. You know, that could have been the last game, of course, if the head-to-head side did conclude. But as we know, France have won the foot side, the side that we've been looking at today. However, the French stream has been looking at the head-to-head. That one, actually, funnily enough, was a tie going into this fifth game, which we are right now. It's 85 rated. All players 85 rated. It's head-to-head. The thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is we haven't had a look at these national teams for quite a while. I think we've had a bit of experience playing with France, but Netherlands this year, we haven't really gone near, to be honest.
Yeah, but with 85 rated, it's pretty much usually on
like height?
The tallest players, yeah. I seem to remember Crystal Palace were the team to use when it was...
like Germany back in the day with like the Müllers and...
Mertesacker was very good because he was 6 or 7.
Even though how slow he is.
Yeah, but here we go, head-to-head. 85 rated, you see Janssen in the team, Strootman, tall players. Netherlands could be pretty decent, yeah, to be honest.
Virgin van Dijk, Memphis Depay, Kastrop from Roma. Everyone's in it. And then I'll see on the French side of things, Rabiot, Varane, Sidibe.
Ousmane Dembele.
Is Pogba playing or?
Yep, there you go. Pogba. Now. I think we saw Griezmann. I think we also saw Giroud up top.
Benjamin Mendy there. So, of course, this is as we know. Maybe some of the players that will be featuring tomorrow, as we know, there will be the real game that takes place tomorrow, and this is the kind of friendly before that. If it's anyway the same kind of game, after we just saw that 2v2, you'll be in for a thriller for an international tie tomorrow. Yeah,
he's actually 5-4 as we speak now to Team France.
Yes.
On the overall head-to-head and ultimate team games together.
I'm sure there's a few of you that are probably a bit confused. We've tried to explain it the best way we can. And
Lens,
it goes to the
back
back
post.
post. I haven't seen Lens for a period of time.
Yeah, did he have a spell in the Premier League at one point?
I think he was at Sunderland.
He was.
I remember Sunderland when they were in the Premier League. Potentially, he was playing then.
I remember one of our friends, big Sunderland fan. He's,
yes.
I think it's one of his favourite players alongside Lee Cattermole and Diabogi, I believe.
We've had a few players in their time. No, he was in the Premier League for a little bit. But really, Netherlands needs to win this to tie up the whole thing. If Netherlands win this, there's been 10 games of FIFA today.
5 apiece.
5 wins for each team. You heard Ajax Danny there saying, I've won more games on head-to-head than foot today. I just don't know what's really happened. And sometimes that is the case. You know, sometimes you play better one day than you do on the other. Mbappe, a starter for this team. Ousmane Dembele as well. Lots of good options. As we said, 85 rated. To try and ensure it is a fair playing field. But as you can imagine, it's a lot harder to try and break down each other when they haven't got the kind of massive advantages. Would you not look... Oh, I was going to say Giroud is playing. I was going to say, would you not look to play in Giroud? Obviously, he's got a little bit of height in there, and it's good to see that he is playing.
You see Virgil van Dijk towering in that back four. Look at him. Had a fantastic season for Liverpool so far. Up for the August Player of the Month, I believe.
Been playing really well.
Lucas Moura did win that.
He did in the end. Bats a goal. Fake shot. One
Giroud.
more. Giroud. Oh, you saw what he's trying to do. Just line up on his right foot. This will be the
run
last
top of the pitch.
Game of today. Hope you have enjoyed it wherever you're watching from all around the world. If you've watched the eFoot de France French stream, or you're here supporting the Netherlands players with this English broadcast from Super Anderson fan Richard Buckley. Could that be a goal? What
Good
a tackle,
defending.
Van Dijk, just on him.
Oh, that's poor. That's
Edge
so
of the
bad.
box. One touch, finish. Oh,
that was so bad from Daley Blind trying to play out from the back. Whoever the blue icon was, I'm not sure, because obviously it's not Ultimate Team, so we just see red, yellow, green, and blue.
but still goalless between the two here. By this point in the other game, I'm pretty sure we saw like 3 goals. Shot from distance again, stinging the fingers.
Yeah, good save from Zoet. Once again, you see the concentration. Quite interesting this. Team PSG versus the Man City Esports Cup semi-finalists who played against each other last year. I should say last week.
So, of course, the player Ali Riza Aygün from PSV. And you got Feyenoord's Yimi HD as well. They've defended well. I'll give them that. At the moment, they haven't really showed us any of their attacking side of the game.
Yeah, it's been all France in the early stages.
Seem they can't get a foot on this game. And they're just an awful touch. In the end, it will go out for a goalkeeper. Maybe these two have a little bit of chemistry as well. Both play for PSG. Maybe they've, again, played in those tournaments together, those fan days.
Yep, both quite experienced as well. So imagine last year they probably sparred against each other, played a lot of games against each other. Two Netherlands players. They've played quite a bit. They had to play in the Man City Esports Cup qualifiers against each other. So they know each other's game. They also have played thousands of games in Ultimate Team this year. It's FIFA at the end of the day. They know what works, they know what doesn't work.
I think that's what Ali Riza said in the interviews. Like, you know, it's FIFA.
It's
at the end
FIFA.
of the day.
It's the same game.
Whether it's foot, whether it's head to head, yes, there's a few really small differences, but it's football at the end of the day. Score a goal or score more goals than your opponent, you win the game. Simple as that. I'm sure they'll be doing everything they can on their first outing as a national side to ensure they can go back with a draw.
Looking to spill it into a good area there, but Zoe does well. Look at
He's
Janssen.
off. Oh, what a block from Varane. Oh no, he's lost that again. Lens now. Option there on the left if he wants to use him. Doesn't want to, plays inside.
David Klaassen from Everton. Poor pass though from Strootman.
I wouldn't play a through ball to, obviously, Giroud hasn't really got the best pace stats on him, but as we know, head to head 85, it kind of comes down to height as well. I'm surprised I haven't seen a few more crosses, but they've got Van Dijk in the box to really stop any danger.
Yeah, it's based on the position of the player. So a right mid for example, Lionel Messi gets the exact same players as Lloyd Isgrove, who used to play for Barnsley. They've got the exact same stats.
Lloyd Isgrove, isn't he from a Southampton player?
He is.
Yeah.
Sure, Tom Deacon will be a big Lloyd Isgrove fan.
It's that Bruma at the back there.
Just height. Look at the possession. 66% for France. And another very poor pass.
For the moment, Netherlands. What's going on here?
Well, they've not been
They've defended
made
a
to
lot.
count yet.
They haven't obviously had to deal with too much. Zoet has saved, what, 2 or 3 shots. They've stinged his fingers from distance, but from close range, they have defended as best they can. They just need to try and get something going forward.
Play back to Van Dijk. Look for a switch of play, potentially. Played out to Dilliban. There's the switch. Now looking to just get a foot on the ball here. Are the Netherlands, but
Janssen there
again.
just rushed it. Compared to last game, this hasn't been the most exciting.
It's been tactical, though. Very tactical. Attack versus defence, almost like a training match.
Added time of 2 minutes. Maybe a goal before it. Don't think we're going to see many of them in this game, unless there's some sort of change formation-wise in that second half to open up. I wouldn't be surprised
there
if
we
they
go.
matched each other up. Here it is. Griezmann, there's that goal. And there's the fans as well. Rocky and Dax. 1-0 up on the stroke of half-time. I think we cursed it a little bit. I was like, are we going to see any goals?
Really good little ball from Giroud. He played it round the corner.
Pulled out the right back.
Griezmann across the goalkeeper is a real pivotal player of the French team that won the World Cup in the summer. And he makes it count for France here in this final match. Live from Paris.
Here we are in the second half. Ends like this. It will be on games, you said 6-4 in the end. Obviously, there's been 10 games that have been played today. 5 head-to-head, 5 foot. And it would mean that on both sides they have won it. They've won it on foot. They've won it on...
They've edged it, Wolves France.
They haven't like picked up 4 wins on one and dropped them on the other. They've won both sides in the deciding game. But I'm not going to write off Netherlands yet because those 2 players...
Let's do something different, though, because at the minute...
Look at Depay, he's so far back.
They've not had a lot to shout about. Not had a lot to write home about. To get that Tangerine army shouting.
Playing on advantage. That Bas Dost.
What a ball.
Bas Dost.
Lens. Good strength from Saliba. Yeah, it's Bas Dost.
I got it out in the end. Plays in the Portuguese league, doesn't he? So yeah, for
Sporting Lisbon, I believe.
I believe that is the team he plays for. He's tall. I'm surprised these guys haven't used him more, unless he's just been subbed on.
The player that I always seem to pack comes out as
he
a board.
Does, yeah, he's just about
83,
fits in to the board requirements. He can put himself about though. He does actually score quite a lot of goals in real life. One ultimate team on foot champs. Not really the man you want to go for. Surprised didn't go there. Griezmann, fake shot, went for a drag back, intercepted by Strootman.
Rabiot's been fantastic.
He's been good. I've always been a fan of him ever since he started to try and work his way up the French squad and PSG. Many could have scored a few special finishes with him. Playing it well though, aren't they?
Yeah, they've been very, very cultured. Have France here. I think that's just the experience as well. Rocky and Dax, they know how to handle a situation like this. They've been in finals before, big finals. And some would even regard this as one of the biggest finals, representing your nation to bring it home. Both of these players, all 4 of these players, it's tense right now here.
And even that, they've chased the ball and, oh no, some of that is their ball. And there we go, we've got a pause. What changes are we going to see from the Netherlands, guys?
Looks like Arjen Robben coming on.
He is a legend.
Robben, Quincy Promes.
All pace.
On the France side of things, Alexander Lacazette. Could see Dimitri Payet come on as well, potentially. Moussa Sissoko, he's a bit of a unit. But Quincy Promes and Arjen Robben.
I think that's what they needed to do. They need to be a little bit more direct. I think they've changed formation slightly as well. They've gone to a 4-2-2 now.
Yeah, into a 4-2-2. So are we going to see something
It wasn't
different?
working. In 60 minutes in, you have to make that change. Goes without saying. They're only 1-0 down, though. They can easily get back in this. Benjamin Mendy there. Poor touch or poor pass out of play. Strootman.
Again, though.
Just the way they're pressing. I think where obviously the game
more
speed
direct.
is completely different for these two. They're just I honestly think maybe Daniel Lev might have enjoyed the head-to-head
well,
a bit more.
They said they won on head-to-head, didn't they? And on foot, both Ali Riza Aygün beat Rocky 3-1 and Yimi beat Dax 3-2. So it's a tale of two stories, really. A tale of...
It's hard to really guess who's better on which, you know. Dost. Oh, it's just the simple 5-10 yard balls that just aren't working for these two. I don't know whether he's just pressed triangle instead of X there or made the pass a little bit too heavy. However, France have been happy to keep the ball. Was it 66% possession at one point in the game?
In the first half, it was, yeah. Great ball to Pogba.
Fake
turn.
shot. Edge of the box, Lacazette now. And they're happy just to consistently recycle. Offside trap has been played there by Mendy.
This just shows the difference between head-to-head and ultimate team as well. It was a 5-4 game, end-to-end. Here it's been much more of a possession game.
They're happy to keep the ball as well.
Played at a much slower tempo.
It is, and it's about building into a game a lot more here compared to the fast tempo of foot, as we know. You know, foot more of the arcadey kind of choice. Oh, finesse. Janssen.
He's missed.
Oh, that one chance.
That were it.
And I think they've both just said I finessed it as I normally would, but just hasn't worked for me there.
Wow. That was a chance.
You can't even cover up. It's not a corner. You can't even cover up that was just a save. That is.
Oh, it's so risky. They've read it well. Oh, Sidibe's done well. You saw him then on it straight away.
Mbappe.
Down the line.
Lovely
Lacazette's
ball.
in.
Yes, he's onside. Lacazette now.
Maybe cross to Giroud.
I'm Robin, very deep to the back post. Griezmann, he went for a header.
Corner.
It will be a corner. Played short. Griezmann to Lacazette. Fake shot, tried to find a way through. Bruma will stand strong. Panic stations at the back for Netherlands.
Done well to get out of it though. Quincy Promes looking to make a run.
Drive. Can you get past him?
He's done well to get past Varane.
Fake shot. Just about done him as well. Play back inside. Yes, he has. Janssen, ball roll or two, went for the shot. That one was blocked. Iron Robin, now his turn. Oh, he's offside.
That were a good chance.
The first real attack we've seen from those guys as well.
Another pause coming out. Switching into a 3-4-1-2 is the Netherlands.
No, they've got to go for it and just throw a few more players forward.
Get Wesley Sneijder on. Dutch legend, Wesley. Can he make a difference? 3-4-1-2. Stay forward, left mid, right mid. 4-4-2, still in action from the French and Dimitri Payet, former West Ham. Free kick.
Gets a free kick around the edge of the box, maybe. Well, here we go. It's now or never for Netherlands. They get a goal. They go to extra time. They get a win. Oh, we're all square in the end. Oh, no, what's going on here? What is going on here?
Oh, Zoe.
Zoe's off his line.
Oh, Karsdorp.
Oh, my God, still not.
It's still off his line.
It. Lacazette on the edge. Look at that run.
Top of the pitch, top of the pitch.
At the right back area, Zoe there.
Here we go. This is the counter-attack now from the Netherlands. In a 3-4-1-2. Players streaming forward.
They've made the changes. They've made the all-important substitutes. Wesley Sneijder, the Dutch legend.
What?
Oh, the composure. What a block from Mendy. I'm in shock. They're all in shock.
I thought it was going to be a penalty. What a block from Benjamin Mendy.
Robben, in it comes. Front post flick on.
Oh, what a strike.
Just hit by Wesley Sneijder.
Counter-attack.
Wins it back. This is the difference of Netherlands now. They've thrown so many more players forward. Bruma, Quincy Promises, back. Oh. And they need to relax it.
Robben's done well.
He's done well. He hasn't given up, has he? Robben, back to Strootman. Sneijder on the edge of the box. Bas Dost. Who else would it be if you get Dost, edge of the box? Just puts his foot through it.
I think he was wanting to hold it up a little bit.
Oh, no, they're in trouble now. If they can play it, they're happy to delay it, though. There's the through ball. Lacazette, he's through. Can he conclude the game for France? Oh, it's off his line, trying to tease a shot.
Went into the corner, holding on to the ball. He's done well.
And they're relaxing now. They'll be happy to try and secure this with a 1-0 lead. And this couldn't be more of a head-to-head game, could it? a tactical game as well.
Like a chess match. Just throwing the ball away, Van Dijk.
One more attack, referee. Yes, we will.
Here we go.
Everything has to be forward. This is it now or never for Netherlands. Janssen into Quincy Promises. To the back post if he can. Yes, he will. Back post. Oh, Bastos.
He's off.
He's offside.
He's offside.
He's offside in the end.
Oh,
I said Dost of all players would be at the back post. Bastos. And that is the win for France. 6-4 overall. They're the winners on foot. They're the winners on head-to-head. They're the first ones to jump into this whole new national world of FIFA esports.
I'm feeling my
FIFA
heart
to France.
because it's going.
They'll have a few more fans.
I thought Bas Dost is just. I thought he'd pulled it out of the bag. Just offside. It must have been millimetres. We thought it were in for a split second. And then we saw the guys, they knew it were offside.
Speechless. You know, again, another great game. Right at the end, it just started to heat up, didn't it, the last 20 minutes there. But you have to look, yes, they lost, you know, the head-to-head and the foot. They still won 2 games. They still won 2 games, both sides there.
No, they lost by one goal. It was 1-0 and 5-4. The score lines there. Let's head over to Austin for one final time. He's with the Netherlands boys who just suffered defeat.
Thanks, guys. So yeah, like you said, just suffered defeat. You guys were 1 game away from winning, and this one was so close, so close. What do you guys have to say?
We played really well this game. In the defense we were so tight they couldn't get through it, but they had 1 chance and they scored it, and we had one-on-one and we missed it. But in the last minute we scored, but it was offside, so luck was not on our side. But they played very well.
Like you said, unlucky offsides at the end, but you guys both won your foot games, and you had to here transition over to the 85 mode. Do you think that had an impact on your gameplay?
No, I don't think so. We are used to play 85 mode and also the third version. We played a lot of tournaments together at the 85 mode or the normal mode, besides the third, so it wasn't a big problem.
So one last question. What are you guys going to take away from this friendly? You obviously are going to be going into the next season on FIFA 19. So in general, what are you going to take away from this? What can you learn, and how do you improve going into the next season?
The experience from it, because we had very close games, but we couldn't get the better of it. But that's what we have to learn and do better next year.
Yeah, the same as what he said. The experience is very important, and this is another experience for us here in France. It was a very nice organization. We lost, but that happens in football, right? Like in real football, also in FIFA. Next time we win.
So very quickly, do you guys want to say anything for the Dutch fans who are watching, who are supporting you throughout this this friendly?
Yeah, in Dutch or English?
Do it in Dutch? Yeah, in Dutch, of course. We willen graag iedereen bedanken die ons steunt vanavond op YouTube. We zijn jullie allemaal dankbaar. Helaas is het niet gelukt, 6-4 verloren totaal. Maar we beloven jullie dat we sterker terugkomen in de volgende Interland.
Ja, net zoals Ali hier, we zijn heel trots dat we dit shirt mogen dragen. En uiteindelijk was het net niet goed genoeg, maar we gaan hiervan leren en de volgende keer pakken we die winst voor jullie.
Thank you guys, and again, congratulations on games well played, and hopefully you guys can pull it out next time. Thanks. Take it back to you guys for one last time.
Thank you very much, Austin, and thank you for all of your fantastic interviews throughout today in this friendly. Nice touching words there from the guys as well. Even though they lost, they still put up a great fight. You know, they still won 4 out of the 10 games. However, let's go and look at that game. It was literally 1 goal to separate it. Let's go and check it out. Bastos nearly saved the day. Bastos could have done it. could have made it all square at 1-1.
Just looked at the replay there. Just offside was Bastos, but that's wrapped up all the matches, Brandon, from Paris. What an experience this was. Our first international friendly.
Again, our first international friendly that we've cast on in English, of course. A big thank you to the guys, Team Netherlands as well, for deciding to go with an English broadcast. They could have went for a Dutch one. They went for an English one, decided to reach out to me and Richard. And, of course, a big thank you to eFoot de France as well. Fantastic facilities here in Paris. And, you know, a great advocate, again, for FIFA esports, you have to say.
Yeah, fantastic for FIFA esports in general. And from myself, Richard Buckley, and Brandon Smith,